could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. You check as I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill no discretion. Your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. Could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives. You create thoughts. Never waste time. You got one shot. You got one life. Better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5. No mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way. What I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me.
Hot facts. Hot facts. With Robert Reese. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts, hot facts. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts, hot facts. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts, hot facts. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts, hot facts. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. With Robert Reese. Hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. With Robert Reese. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hot facts. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hot facts. Gig economy. Robert Reese. News channel. The gig economy. News channel. Hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts, hot facts, hot facts. Hot facts, hot facts, hot facts. Hot facts, hot facts, hot facts. Hot facts, hot economy, news channel, hot facts with Robert Reese. Sit back, relax, and listen. Come on. Get these hot facts. K Reese 007 for hot facts with Robert Reese. Thank you for.
Woo, people, what's up? Give me one quick second. I'm doing the multi-window on here. For those of you who don't know, you can actually, you can put two screens in half right here. So I can be able to look at whatever I want right here. And let me see. No, that is that right there. I don't need that. What I'm trying to do is this right here. Take that down. No, can I do that? Can I do that? Let's see. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. Let me go ahead and do it like this. I'll go ahead and I'll just do it like this. Let me see. So sorry, y'all. I'll just exit out of here. I'll just take that one away. Give me one quick second. I'll just take it away real quick and make it go away. Was this doing some weird stuff? I'll just do this and I'll just hit the X. Hit that X and I should be back on my full screen here. Bam, people, bam. We are in the game. You guys see the title here. I want to welcome everyone to Hot Facts with Straight Brim Reese. Hot Facts with Robert Reese, the official news channel of the gig economy. Today we're going to be going over a few things. We're going to be doing the reaction to Pedro's live last night with Mike Drop BBQ, Jeff, formerly known as Uber Jeep AZ. Real Talk with Roy was up there. I forget the guy's name, but he looks like Fire Marshal Bill from A Living Color, and he almost has the exact same voice. We're going to be going over that also because there were a few things that I brought up on my live and whatever I was doing that they actually spoke about during that there. So we're going to be doing that second. But we got a big one. We have a political war going on in the gig economy. A political war. You say a political war? Yes, we have a political war. Okay. Just like we have liberals and conservatives. Okay. We got the red versus the blue. Guess what else we have? We have no tip, no trippers. We have people that for somehow low acceptance rate is what they love. We got people that push it. Okay. Now we have a major delivery problem in the gig economy. That's what I said, right? The thing is, major deliveries. Now, gig, drive, and thrive. Excuse me for butchering it. That was an accident. Gig, drive, and thrive. I told you in order to get my attention, you would have to do something that would get my attention. Trying to bring up racial issues and saying why support black business, just support everyone and all that. All of that stuff don't work. What gets my attention is what major deliveries did. While watching, instead of clicking the link to do what everybody else did, okay, he chose to say, I'm going to do a video, and his video crashed. The video crashed. He mentioned Tort, but would not mention Hot Facts, but he told me in the chat, I'm going to do a video. I was tagged, so we're going to get into it. Gig, drive, and thrive. This is how you get the attention of Hot Facts. We're going to be going over apps versus drivers versus the truth. Okay. And what I mean by this is major deliveries. Okay. I'm going to just start off like this. He said one live stream showing some orders does not mean that's how it is the whole time. Well, let me beg to differ, Major Deliveries. I think you are relatively new to who we all are. Okay? Why do you think Pedro and all the no tip, no trip people don't like me? I came in taking the low orders and all my orders and telling people why I'm doing it and why it works. I've been dubbed the clown, the miserable driver, miserable human being driver, the scumbag driver for preaching this the whole time when I came in here. Okay? That's what you don't know. You also said one live video. You like the DoorDash revolution. We will go live every single morning with TFT, who is also in my state, but TFT is in the Central Valley of California. I'm in Southern California. He experienced the exact same thing. He's where the farmlands are and the crops and everything that's going on with agricultural that helps out California and the rest of the states. That's where he is. I am in a desert. I'm not even in a super metro market area. Not at all. You may be, but you don't explain that. Okay. And the same thing happens with tips and everything. You also said that people are doctoring up their videos to make it seem like a certain way. We've already gone over all this, which is why the Kim Side money plans and everybody else, they were all being charged. Trevor's Deliveries, Jacob Warren, all these guys with editing their videos and not showing it. That's why I stopped doing ride along videos. I'm showing every single order on the ride along, but people were like, no, it's not true. And when they see my full ticket, it's still not true. That's what they say. So we start doing it live in the morning. In the best morning ride along show there was at that time with the DoorDash Revolution. It was his show. We would be on there with 4 or 5 drivers live, not cutting out anything, getting what we say. Now, Major Deliveries, you said this. You said 1 hour of $30 an hour is not the whole day. I continuously, for hundreds and thousands of videos, have proven it's not for one order. It's not. I do live all the time, and we get these orders without declining them. Somehow you have never seen them, but other people have. Okay? That's what I do know. That's what I do know. That's what I do know. You said he did a live stream and he showed that $30 an hour. No, it was over $30 an hour. It's closer to $40 an hour. I showed you how when we decline an order, decline to $16.50. It was 15 miles. I'm not doing it. My wife's not doing it. You then went into this. You said, look at what I got. You got $15, 8 miles. You said, look at what I got, and that's what the low AR. What about the 18 for 2.3 that we normally get? What about the $20 for 4 miles that we get? It don't matter what you say. And you said, and your main thing, Major Deliveries, was this. I got this order without having a high acceptance rate. People, let's talk about this. Now, he said that drivers are not telling the truth and they're not showing everything. Well, that's why I said, whoever wants to debate this, I'm showing mine live on the spot. Click the link. He said, I'm not going to click the link. I'm not ready for those rebuttals because I know this guy is good. He's the news. So he chose to do a video that made no sense. You started off by saying lifetime ARs. You went to Uber Eats, 25% lifetime. You went off of 20,000 on deliveries, right? You said that I did not prove anything. It's kind of hard when I'm doing it live, and I have way more videos. I have more videos proving it than you have videos up on your channel, which is another win over here for the people who are on, I would say, the left. I would say the left, because the left will take care of the customers and the merchants and the drivers. Us on the left. You said no proof that high acceptance rate works because You have a 25%, you have like an 8%. So your ratings suck. So you said there's no proof that it works. Gig drivers, we have a problem here. If you have a 25% acceptance rate on Uber and Uber Eats, that means that you let 75 orders go in 100. Someone that lets 75 orders go out of 100 cannot even jump in the conversation to even explain how and why it works. When Eric got up there, the Stardashians, you refused to even mention him on what he said. You said you gave credit to Torp for saying that it works and it don't work, but you refused to bring up this part that Torp said. When this summer comes, I'm going to be back up at 95%. You did not say nothing about that. You gave him credit for saying it don't work sometimes, but you refuse to give credit when he says in the summer he's going to go back up to 95%. You refuse to mention that. You know why you refuse to mention that? Because you don't want to hear someone says that high AR works. Torp says it works in certain times for him and his market. Necro getting bags is at 98%. Sam Lee's at 100%. I don't hear you saying nothing about them. UDM has said that when he went over 70 and with the tier systems, he saw a difference. I have not heard you say anything about that. TFT was up on here yesterday, and he's always on here saying it like it is and not like it was. You never made a thing about him. Remember in my live stream, I said all these people will make videos and go on other live streams, but will not come on and click a link when it's time to bring up all your facts and your truth. I also said that, watch how no one wants to click it while I'm doing it live, and there's no Prop 22 involved in this. So while showing it live, you still said, I don't believe it. That means you're weird. When I mean weird, I mean weird. So here's what we got, people. He has an ultimate plan, which is going to, the propaganda that the people like this are putting out there is going to hurt the drivers who now see that they have to adapt. Ghost 77, and I forgot to call you back, Ghost. That was my fault, man. Ghost right here, 86%. Welcome back to the gig world, Ghost. Welcome back to the gig economy, Ghost. Welcome back, Ghost. Welcome back, Ghost. And in a bit, I'll have you click the link so we can hear some of that experience about AR. Ghost is another one. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. We got people like this that are going to hurt the drivers who want to adapt because they know that times have changed. And even before times have changed, it was like this before. Major deliveries, I'm not a pandemic driver. I'm a second generation driver, 2014. I'm a second generation driver. I'm a first generation Prop 22 person that fought, okay? Which means that I was here before the pandemic. I was here 4 years before the pandemic. Everything was a meet it door. Everything was a meet it door. It was only a meet it door on rare occasions. Everything was a meet it door. Your customer service, talking to the customer, and everything was how you got your extra tips and doing it right. I don't think you understand that. The pandemic changed everything to where people were forced to stay at home and the orders were going out at a higher rate and more pay. Okay? Higher rate and more pay. Then more drivers start driving. They start lowering that pay. It was higher pay because we had a low amount of drivers on the gig apps. So all the pay was high, not including how drivers were holding customers hostage to get a higher pay. Input, no tip, no trip. Decline now. You gotta know your history. I have that here. I have a whole thing of notes for you. You gotta know your history about how this is working. Okay? You have to know that. I don't think you know that. You made a claim and you said we have some drivers who are starting, or they are, we have a few speaking up about acceptance rate on how it works. There's a whole bunch of us because we actually listen to the apps. Here is why your argument on why it does not work has no standing here. One, you agree with the apps that you can accept and decline any order you want to. Correct? Yes. That's one. You agree? Yeah, that's Jeffrey. You agree that the Nightbot is Jeffrey. You agree that the app says if you accept the order, we will pay you. And on some orders, you'll get paid more because of a customer tip or because of what type of order it is. You agree with that. That's two things. You agree with when the app says if the restaurant is closed or you cannot find the customer, take a picture of the restaurant, send it in, or call customer support if you cannot find a customer, and you still will get paid. You agree with that. Those are three things you agree with. Okay? You agree with the app saying that you have to have a background check. That's four things you agree with on the app. You agree on the app that the large order program or catering program is going to pay you more. That's five things you agree with on the app. You also agree with they pair you with repeat customers. That's six things you agree with. You also agree with that the app tells me that if you go below this amount of a completion rate, you can get deactivated. You agree with that, and you don't go that far, so you don't get deactivated. You agree with that. Okay? Here's what you don't agree with. You don't agree that DoorDash also, on that same page of the bylaws, also has a section that speaks about acceptance rate and what percentage gets you this. You don't agree with that. Somehow you said they told the truth about everything else, but they're lying about this. Now, for someone that says that, I gave no proof, even though I show it over and over again and do it live. That's all the proof you need doing it live. You said that I have no proof. Okay? I have no proof. You like the DoorDash revolution a whole lot. The revolution that's called customer support. He has it recorded on one of my live streams where the reps, the agents, are speaking about your acceptance rate, distance from the restaurants, and everything. They're speaking about it. The revolution made a phone call because his order was taken away. He wanted to know why. They gave him some dumb reason about a better driver with a better rate went away, and he questioned that. Then they have to go ahead and give everything. You refuse to do your history. You can't come into a space, you got 20,000 deliveries with a lifetime percentage of 25% acceptance rate. There is no way you can even be in a discussion with someone who has achieved everything else that the app said while they're being transparent. Slim Pippin went on Pedro DoorDash Santiago and gave his account on being over 70% and gave his experience. It seems that you have more and more people giving their experience about it, and it's positive. Congratulations. We also have an influx of people who had low rates who now have gotten theirs up and they refuse to take theirs back down. You know why? If you have a 100% acceptance rate like Sam Lee, you can decline 30 orders in a row and still be a top dasher. How many times can you decline 30 orders in a row and still stay a top dasher. You can do it if you're only looking for shopping orders and get top dasher because of that. But how many times can you just decline 30 orders in a row and still be top dasher? Ask yourself that one question. Someone that has a low acceptance rate, they don't have that ability. So they're forced to decline all day. And then say, well, I got one and I don't have a high AR. Yeah, it took you all damn day. Now, yesterday, major deliveries. My question was to everybody out there, and you did not respond to any of the things I said in your video. When you said you were going to make a video and come back, you did not come back with anything or answer anything. I said, how many orders of back-to-back bangers that you guys call did you see us grab? I mean, all of them were, and we declined to 1650. The small ones turned into doubles and turned into double-digit orders for low miles. All those are banger orders. How many banger orders have you seen back-to-back like that without declining them? That is something someone with the low AR will never experience. Now, you say, well, you could be in this market. I'm in the desert. I'm the last city before, like, the desert starts. Like the real desert. I'm in the desert. It gets 106, 107, 113 degrees here. I'm in the desert. I used to drive here when the average person was 8 miles away. I solidified myself in this zone. You also said that the drivers are not speaking about being zone specific, or market specific. That's what my live was yesterday. I gave everybody 5 minutes. You would have got your 5 minutes if you would have clicked the link and not go do a video that made no sense. You didn't want to get up there because my rebuttal game and bringing up pure hot facts, you would have to tell me I was lying yesterday on doing it live. There's no way to cut and make that stuff happen live. Showing the AR percentage. Now, our AR dropped yesterday all the way back down to 80. You know why? Declined a few orders to not take those. Those weren't the ones we want to take. Still at 80%. After today, we'll be right back up at 86, 87. I'm not going to be at, I'm not going to be at 50%, 40%, 30%, 20% on any app, period. Except on Walmart Spark. I only do shopping orders. Fuck the bait orders. I only do shopping orders. They pay way more for way less miles. I'm not going to have a Grubhub 20%, 25%. I'm not going to have any of that. This is the food business, not the rideshare business. Reading Rainbow, you shouldn't DoorDash or do gig work with a dog. You have hair flying everywhere. And that car, come on, man. Yeah, you're a liar. You're a straight liar, straight mentito dosa. And hey Ava, that's my daughter right here. And hi Ava, it's my daughter right there, people. That's my daughter Ava watching daddy, people. And these are her dogs, Princess and Lovely, and their service dogs. And you also have equipment. And you're a liar. So Reading Rainbow, go back, Tammy, with all of that. And shouldn't someone be spraying out your cage? Now, Ghost says, I look at my market and I know what times to go. Experience with restaurants, restaurant managers. All you have to do is ask and gain the relationship. Thank you, Ghost. A lot of people don't get that. So here's what Major Delivery is doing for its problem to make the drivers not be all the way right. And Reading Rainbow, I don't think you know that when my channel started here, everyone has seen Princess and Lovely grow since they were pups like this big. They've always been here, always. So you're saying things that everybody else has already said. Um, Bob Bradley and everybody, everybody has their serviced animals, and they've been here since the jump. So anyone who don't know that Princess and Lovely are 2 years old and some change now, um, they've been here since they were little pups like this, and they're fully grown now. So you are way off, and you are lost in space, lost in space. That's why they have their own channel, their own page, their own playlist is what I meant to say. But here's the problem that we have, and we have this political realm. We got people fighting left or right. Acceptance rate, take orders, be respectable to the customers, get paid more, have your equipment, do everything right. I got that bag, got 3 pizza bags and a catering bag with 4 cup holders on it right there. You have all your stuff, you go ahead and get paid. We got people saying, don't do it, no tip, no trip. We won't move, let their food get cold. We have political wars going on in the gig space. Now, here is what we got Major Deliveries doing, and it's kind of hurting the game. Here's what he's doing here. He has a very nice thing about if he gets an order, he says, treat the customer right, go into the merchants, do all this. People, one of the biggest things that drivers don't understand and they complain about, we get drivers that go into places saying that the staff don't take care of them. We have heard that a million times. You know what I do, and I've shown it over and over again? It's how you assert yourself. You walk in, present yourself. That's why I say stay visible, have your bag, walk up, and if not, you don't wait for them to acknowledge you. You don't do that at all. You walk up, you check in. Even if they're doing something, you say, hey, hello, how's it going? I'm here to pick up a DoorDash. I'll stand right over here. And then you're checked in. I don't care if they roll their eyes or whatever. You are checking in. Then they know that you were there. When they know you were there and multiple people have heard you, I do it so the manager hears me also. So that when I step to the side, the manager will say, has anyone went to go take care of that delivery order? They'll check their staff. Oh, well, no. Oh, you know what? Who is it for? Bam. In and out. That's what you do. That's what you do. You make sure you make that happen. Major Deliveries. Now, we got drivers that go in there and do all this stuff, and you want them to do all that stuff, which is great. You say, driver, stop doing this. Now, here is where the illusion pops in on what you do. You want drivers to have that illusion when they go into a place, but at the same time, their heart is still saying 10% acceptance rate is what it takes. You can't, this is what I call serious riding the fence. You can't say one thing and have your actions do this, or have both actions do the complete opposite. That's riding the fence right there. That's riding the fence. Riding the fence. I'll tell you this. Out of the 25% of the orders you take, because we all know that on every app, they base it on 100 orders. So if you have a 25% acceptance rate, that means that 75 orders you missed. And if you miss 75 orders, how many of those 75 orders have tips on them? Just answer that question. Now we're, 75 is close to 100. So you're pretty much saying out of 100 orders, the face value, that's what you're going off of, because there is no way for you to look at an order and say, well, that one has a tip. It's been proven. Pedro tried to prove it and everything. They have to go and make a cheating app like Para to go into people's, dig into their information, which is why it cannot be used like that, because it was cheating. You're stealing people's information to try to hack. You can't just look at an order. You're taking your orders off of face value. Off of face value, I'm going to decline all these orders until my face value is here. That's what you're doing. But I'll be the first person to tell you this, Major Deliveries. This is why you got to click the links and not try to make videos and not bring up things. I was going to rebut you with all of this. You're telling me that all right, say you got 2 people in a room, and I'm used to this right here. Having a sales job, right? And you go into a place and you either have CRM on the computer to go through all the leads and files that have already been done. Everyone's called through them. Everyone says it's no luck. You also got that file cabinet there. Okay. You got all that stuff. You get someone that goes into a place new like I did, and everyone said, man, it's best to just get them fresh off the phones from someone, you know, when you're a closer, it's fresh to get them fresh off the phones when the person gets them, because no one's hit them yet. Everyone's hit all these people. None of these people are going to buy. You know what I do? The first thing I do is go straight to those files before I hit the CCRM, or I'm hitting the CRM and going through those files. While I'm on CRM, I'm digging this one up. I'm reading about it, seeing what happened. Now, you got these people saying that take the orders from the live phones only. That's like the 25% of the orders that you're taking. I'm a person that's gonna go and hit those files. How come I just got 7 sales out of all those dead leads and files? How come on the CRM, I'm going back a whole year from everybody else that you guys have hit, and I'm finna go through every page and wipe the whole thing out? How come I got 12 sales out of just the first 2 months alone? And you guys said all these are dead leads. Well, if you leave 75 leads out there, chances are someone like me will go into those leads and still do work and get what's out of them. You say there's nothing there. So is your glass half empty or glass half full? Okay, Ava. Okay, see you later, mamas. I love you, mamas. I love you, mamas. Ava, don't try to send me a Snapchat while I'm on live, Ava, please. Don't send me a Snapchat. I can't click on it, Ava. Now, is your glass half empty or is your glass half full? Okay. Now, Ava, okay, Ava, that was my mom's like best friend right there now, y'all. Now, is it half empty or half full? I'm going to go and hit that like a canvasser. I'm not going to look at a house and say, well, that house don't look like they have any money. I'm not going to go knock on that door. I'm going to knock on that door. There's a lot of us out here like that. I'm the only person that did live videos about adapting and how the new change is going to happen. I've been speaking about this since day one. Major deliveries. I have. Adaptation. If you're not willing to blow your business up, you will fail. Person willing to blow their business up will adapt, learn, and see more. Do a little more. Okay? Do a little more. That's what happens. That's what happens. You have a false reality, because check this out. If you go into any place where you are dealing with numbers, no way in the world will anyone will say, hey, don't go through all the orders, only go through the ones that you think are going to be the right ones. That company will not make any money. Why does that switch for us doing the gig world? Just think about it, people. Just think. Just think. Just think about it. It makes sense. It makes sense. We all know that people tip in cash. We show cash tips all the time. TFT does, other people, and then people we say, oh, they added an extra on the app. Adding an extra on the app is still a cash tip. That's still a cash tip. So while we are proving that those come on those orders that you say you don't want to take, then you start to get bougie on orders. It's an order that's $8, 4.8 miles. I'm not going to take that order. Why not? It's not a good order. Well, guess what? You drop that order off and they give you $5 in cash. Or they add it in on the app. We got a $5 bill in here from yesterday. Okay. That makes that order go up. that makes the order go up. Okay? You don't believe in that because you don't believe in the faith in your customer service that you say you give when you go to the merchant who's a customer and to the customer itself. You don't have faith in the ability that that's part of doing the work. You want to have it done all easy for yourself. Okay? You want to have it done all easy for yourself. Okay? Ain't nothing easy. You know what the easiest thing is? The easiest thing is doing it. Okay? The easiest thing is doing it. The easiest thing is saying that, you know what, I'm not going to believe what everybody else says. I'm going to get the information and facts myself to see exactly how it is. I would like to ask you, Major Deliveries, when's the last time you've seen 8 orders of double digits in a row without declining in order? You're only going to see that with the high acceptance rate. Okay? Now, we got people like him. This is like a propaganda tool to brainwash people and then say that there is, then he says there is, what's up, Cruise and Dasher? He says, what's up, Emilia? He says, what's up, guys?
What's up, Chris and Dasher?
He says there is no way for you to know what's right or me to know what's right. Well, you know how I know what's right? It says it inside their book that you agree to when you said, okay, I'll listen to everything else they said to make money. What you agreed to is in that same book. And that's how I know that I'm right, because it's written. And if it's not true, I would like for you, since you say it's not true and you are calling them a lie, I would like for you to spearhead the class action lawsuit on they're misleading us. The information is not correct. It's all a scam and a fraud. You should be one of the main ones to start a class action. It's something like this. You said something about Uber, about the insurance, and you said Uber quit sending me the update or whatever, telling me about get the insurance or all the other stuff. They're gonna do it every day. It don't matter. That's nothing to get mad at. That's what they're gonna do. DoorDash don't do that. You can be on DoorDash with no insurance. Okay? So don't get mad because Uber does that. Don't complain about it. Got one in. Let me see. We got Ghost 77 in the building. We got Ghost in the building. Let me add him to the stage.
What's up, Reese?
You see. All right, Ghost should be up.
What's up, Reese?
What's up, Ghost? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, brother. Ghost People
Yes, sir.
is a long-time driver. He's out there in the market where the DoorDash revolution is and all those other drivers out there. He's been driving for a long time. He's been on many of the Ride Along Live videos. He's been on many of the three-way calls. What I am saying, he is a human that actually does it, understands it, and everything else. Now, Major Deliveries, I'm in Southern California. He's in the Tennessee, Memphis, Mississippi area. He's all over there. He's all over there. Okay. So this lets you know that we are in completely 2 different areas and it's working. Ghost will get up here and click a link to explain what he has to say. I was waiting on you, but you made a video, but did not go over any of this because you would have to rebuttal all of this stuff. And let me ask you this, Ghost.
Yes, sir.
You know, this thing is like Republican versus Democrat. You know,
Okay.
This is kind of what it is. We got people that say no tip, no trip, and whatever they told us is a lie, like it's people running for election. You know, the politicians. You know, that's really not what it is, because we actually see that the proof is actually there. What do you say when someone says I have a lifetime percentage of 25% on Uber Eats, and below a lifetime 25% with all the apps combined. And there is no way in the world you need a high AR to get good orders. What do you say about that?
I'd laugh at them because I've been on the low spectrum. I've been at the high spectrum. I've been at 100%. I've been at 70%. I've been at 95%. I've been at 45%. I would laugh at him because he is passing up orders that is going to be given to him by his acceptance rate. Yes, I was off the app for, I'm going to say, about 8 months. And I did a couple dashes here and there just to keep my app active on the weekends when I was working my my full-time job. So I kept my acceptance rate. I came back into Top Dasher. Now, well, I didn't come back into Top Dasher. I had to do another 100 dashes, which I've already done that. But my numbers are up there. And if you think that you can, at 0.25% through all of these apps, then I don't know what to say. There's got to be some bullshit there.
Right. That's what I'm trying to get all the drivers out there who are watching these gig channels and watching these videos. I want you guys to understand this. The app is not going to lie. A lot of you guys need to get into the DoorDash deep red dispatch system to understand how it breaks down the whole infrastructure on how the orders are going out there to the drivers, how the merchants get them, and everything. You also got to understand major deliveries, the infrastructure with Nova Dine and Lunchbox on what they did and what they created. They created a infrastructure so they can slow the orders up if the high volume is coming in, and then they can stop the orders from coming in. Then they can get those orders and give them to the drivers that they want to, based upon that they signed up for that integration system. You got to know about all those things before you start saying, and with the integration system that they have, the drivers with the highest ratings and stats, that's who they're giving these orders to. Why would they want their business to have to catch a bad rap and give it to somebody with 25%? He's got an almost cutoff line of completion rate, and he's never on time like that. Why would they give that order to that person over someone that's sitting over here? That's like someone that scores high on the SAT. You're gonna give it to the person that scored 850. The job. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Go ahead, Ghost.
No, you're good. You're good. I need to publicly put this out there. I have to apologize to the DoorDash Revolution. I apologize to you, Reese. And man of my word, and I think when I connect to DoorDash, I was already paired up with the customers that were repeat customers. My stats were still there, but DoorDash paired me up with them. I've been to houses I don't even have to put the GPS on because I know the name. So AR, yes, you have to have your AR. Your completion has to be 100. Get everything good. But yeah, I don't know who this guy is new to me that you're talking about. I've been watching your videos for the last couple months, and I don't know who this dude is, but
his name is Major Deliveries. He has 20,000 deliveries in with a lifetime percentage with all deliveries combined of under 25%. With all deliveries and on all apps combined, he has a lifetime percentage of under 25% for all of the deliveries that he has. So I'm trying to figure out, there is no way for him to speak about high AR if you are below everything. Now, also, he said this. He said that Glitchgate, he says, he said Glitch Dash showed everyone about the AR, and that's how it goes, and woo woo. Major deliveries. Glitchgate is not the person who was speaking about having a high AR. We came in here doing it. It wasn't Glitchgate. So you gotta do some research on your history before you start just saying things, because I am the news and I am a almanac on here for the gig economy. Go ahead, Ghost.
All right. So he said he's got almost 20,000 deliveries and a 25% AR rate. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How many deliveries do you have current with your apps from starting in 2014?
Okay, so man, um,
I'm spitting something here.
2014. I have maybe about, and let me think of all of the apps, man. Out of all the apps,
You don't have to be
maybe
100% on it, but
I would say like 17, 17,500, 17,005, something like that. Now you got to also understand, at some points, like when my son passed, I was working a
Yep.
W-2 at the same time while doing it, so it slows down when you got stuff
Yes,
going
sir.
on like that. And then you take a break from gig work. You want to take a few months off, do things like that. You know what I mean? So about 17,500.
Okay. So when did he say that he actually started doing delivery work, gig work?
Now I
Has
do
he brought
believe,
that out?
if I'm not mistaken, I think he said 6 years, or maybe 6 years is what I'm thinking. I think that's what I heard, but I would have to
Six,
ask him to be more specific
yeah,
on
6 years
that.
would be 2018. So
Pandemic driver.
I got you. But there's no way, because I drove during the pandemic and I'm sitting right at 500 or 5,500 deliveries. Now, mind you, I took the last 8 months off. I should be over 7,600, maybe close to 8,000 deliveries. And I've talked with this about TFT, and we're almost about the same deliveries. He's a little bit higher because he does a couple different apps, and I talk to TFT daily,
Right.
and I don't believe what he's saying unless he shows proof. Not TFT,
Right.
but the
Yeah.
dude you're
Yeah.
talking
Yeah. Yeah.
about.
Yeah. Major deliveries. Yeah. Major
Yeah,
deliveries. Yeah. And let me
and
tell you, in my 17.5 on my deliveries, my AR sits like my lifetime AR is like 88% on all my apps, except
yeah,
Walmart Spark. I only do shopping orders. Um, but every other app combined, my lifetime AR with combined is like 88%. So I am the poster child of what they will call an idiot clown. But in my time, I don't have to be doing 24-hour challenges because I get it done so much faster. So
oh
much
yeah.
faster, than what everybody else.
Well, it's like Saturday night, and I was on the phone with TFT through my entire shift, and I had 4 orders, and I only could work so much because I had to drive to St. Louis on Sunday morning very early. I made $167 in 4 orders, and I had 4 large orders in a row.
4 in a row. See?
4 in a row.
See?
I had to take pictures of my catering bag and everything. Now, large
See?
order, that's anything over $100 is a large order. But I had 4 large orders in a row, and each of them yielded probably $20, $30 tip.
Getting them in, and your AR is sitting where?
My acceptance rate is, let me look. Let's see, 86%.
And your customer rating?
and completion.
Ghost just froze. Ghost just froze. He'll be back. Ghost just froze. He will be back. I want to go over this right here. Cruising Dashers. Cruising Dashers says that when I hit 50% on DoorDash, they would give me orders that were triple upside down. Then my AR would tank. Now, I'm gonna tell you this. You got to think like this, people. 50% is still failing. 50% is only good in basketball for a shooting percentage, baseball for a batting average, slugging. Everything else, 50% is a fail. You cannot pass with 50%. Now, when that percentage gets up higher, you have a higher chance. You have the higher ability to decline orders that you don't want to take because your AR is higher. So when your AR is higher, you are really declining bad orders. Okay, that's at 50% there. You know, we still get upside down orders. It's not like they're never going to send you an upside down order. That's part of the game. You will get upside down orders. That's part of it. No one is excluded from upside down orders. No one is. Okay, no one is. So you say, so you have to understand that these people are saying, well, when I do get my AR up, I'm still getting bad orders. Duh. Like, it's not made to you never end. They say a bad order based upon I don't want to take the order, not based upon, well, that's a quality customer. And then they put it like this: the 25% that major deliveries and other people out there that he is trying to get to move in his wave, he's saying that there's 75 bad customers out of every 100. That is come on now. If I am right here and they say all of this extra is there, why would I think that you cannot? There's an issue. We got somebody. Yeah, that's Ghost. Yeah, told you Ghost will be right back. Ghost is in that zone. And let me go ahead and do this one to this one. Okay, bam.
It's a vicious cycle, right? Like when your AR drops, you just keep getting bad orders. You have to decline more.
And it's not even bad orders. When your AR drops, people, there's a lot of orders that are already sitting because drivers don't want to pick them up. You already have a bunch of orders sitting there. So when your AR is lower, they're gonna start sending you all the orders that are already sitting there because they want those orders to get off the shelf. That's why. So while those orders need to get off the shelf, they're gonna send the ones that need to go out. That they're giving those to other drivers. But the ones already stacked there. What's up, Necro? Getting bags. Go check out Necro, y'all. But while those orders are sitting there, if you got a whole bunch of drivers not taking all the orders and you have a select few taking the orders, guess what drivers are going to get all the orders that are just sitting on the shelf? All the drivers who are declining all the orders. You guys are putting yourself into a pool of orders that they're going to send to you because they're just sitting there. Now, just imagine if you're sitting inside a spot like right now, this Target parking lot. I know, guarantee there's at least 10 drivers sitting in this parking lot right now. Okay. So if I go take an order and all the other orders that are coming out, they don't want, they're going to circle those orders through all the other 9 drivers sitting here. And if they keep declining it, it's still going to go through all those drivers until they pause their app or turn it off. Now, if they don't pause their app, one of those drivers is going to get so mad that their AR is dropping all on one order. They decline the same order 4 times in a row. Well, you could have just took the order, cleared it out, and been good. You could have did that. So you are putting yourself in your own misery. And when you get into that misery, you're telling people that the AR don't matter. This is the propaganda that we don't want out there. In order to help everybody out there, we got to give everybody the proper and correct information. Okay? That's what we got to do. What do you feel about that, Ghost?
Oh yeah, true. Sorry for the beeping.
You're
My
all right.
seatbelt thing doesn't work. But yes, there'll be 10 drivers sitting in an area, and they don't want those orders, but you don't know what's included in that order. You don't know if there's a $10 cash tip. You don't know if there's a $25 tip on top of that order. So they just push it around, and it tanks everybody else's AR rate. And but you know, it's one of those. That's why I'm because I take those chances. But, you know, dollar per. But if I see the order and I see what the order is, and I know how much it's probably costing that customer, then that's where I take it. But there's a lot of orders that I've taken that are very, very high dollar, and I don't any. Next order, I set myself up because I knew if I took this order going into an area, higher in the restaurant. So
Hold up, Ghost. I can't hear you. You sound like RoboCop right now. You got to move to a different area so that you can be heard. You're in one of the bad areas. They do have those areas out where they are, people. We're gonna get right back on this before we get into the Pedro side. And I would like to say before we get into the Pedro side, people, did you guys hear him say I was the only one that went live and got 33,000 views? That's what I did. He said I'm the only one with views, and you guys get mad at me for talking about views and stuff. People, why ain't y'all getting mad at him? And didn't y'all hear him do, you know what we all do? I do final words, he does final thoughts, and we all, people, it's all there. But what we are gonna do right now, we are gonna do some station identification by way of Dash Bandicoot.
Hey, hot facts with Robert Reese, man. This your boy Dash Bandicoot tapping in with you, brother. Hey, shit, I'm right here on a break in my dash right now, getting busy, but I figured I'd tap in before I eat some grub real quick. But yo, man, I like your channel, like what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we share some of the same ideas as far as like how to navigate this gig market. So just tapping in, showing love, man. I seen your comment. Finally got a chance to hit you, bro. Whenever you get a chance back, man, just holler, man, for sure, man. Love, bro. Be safe.
Thank you, Dash Bandicoot. People, we got to start telling the truth about these apps, and we got to stop saying that the apps are lying to us as drivers. If you are spreading a rumor that the app is lying to us about what we can make and how we make it, you are one of the main issues. That's why people says gig economy, we have a major delivery problem because we get someone who's speaking a good game about how to do the app, how to work the app, but it's also speaking a bad game on what the truth is. We know the truth with the higher AR, you get it. And based upon what I said, I told you guys that it's going to happen within a year and a half. And what's going to happen? They all said, no, Reese, you are a liar. Excuse me. Thank you. They said, Reese, you are a liar. It's not going to happen. It's happening, people. Why would I lie to you guys? These other people said he's a liar. He don't know. He's making you guys want to be a clown just like him. Then look, I even have people say, don't listen to him. Now, if Marcus is listening and you said that, you were listening to Nova Dasher, and he was talking about he's making this much money every day. He was telling you the truth. Dash Bandicoot and Nova Dasher would have lunch a few times a week. I would be on the phone with Dash Bandicoot on some of those orders, some of those things, and Nova Dasher never knew. And they're going over the numbers, and Dash Bandicoot is showing me his numbers, sending them to me 250 to 300 a day, because in that Virginia and DC area, it's a super metro market. So they were telling the truth about that. So we got to understand that. We also got to understand this, people, that we have too many people lying to too many drivers out there, and it's making us have this right here. So that what the major issue is, let's say just like the rideshare strike or protest, they came in unity, right? And then DoorDash tried to say, well, let us piggyback and get on top of that. Wrong, wrong, wrong. The unity with the rideshare group came together. So the political sides are really not there. We only got the major political issues on the food side. Okay? Only on the food side, we have these major political issues. On the rideshare side, it is really non-existent. We got people that will go take all the orders because they want to, because that's just what they want to do. They want to stay busy. They're going in between Uber Eats and Uber on rideshare. One order maybe Uber, one maybe on Uber Eats. They're going nonstop like that, and they're doing Lyft, so they're just mixing it all the way up. Okay, I was a person that said I learned my market on rideshare, and you're gonna get more orders taking people to their appointments than anything else. So if I sit around and try to cherry pick, it's not gonna happen. So what did I do? Move people over to a managed service agreement and picked up my own personal clients, and I was putting them on, like, let's say $400 a month, and I'm getting that money from that person, and I have multiple people that I'm driving, so all that adds up per month, and then I'll go do the other apps after I did all of that. Okay, so I typically was doing the food part after maybe like 4 p.m., but everything else before in the morning was personal clientele. Early in the morning, 4 a.m. to about like 7 or 8. Then I will go into riding people, driving them to the hospitals for their appointments. Then I would stop that, take a break, then come back and do the food later on at night. Okay, so I was doing private clientele, then working for the driving app, then going and doing the food apps later on at night. That's what I was doing, transitioning them over to something that I can get them in myself. Now, that strike. Now, were you aware of the protest, Ghost, of the Uber and Lyft protest?
Yes.
Okay, now, Pedro DoorDash Santiago had a recap on his show last night, and he had some people in the gig world up there. Mike Drop BBQ, Uber Jeep AZ was the main guy up there, breaking down what he had to say. And he had Real Talk with Roy up there. And they brought up a few things. You know, Pedro was saying legislation involved is going to bring the government involved to stop all this. That's what they are already trying to do. Now, also, they were going over picket lines and protesting. They were saying, you know, people are just piggybacking off of someone else's protest, and it's not a good idea. It doesn't work. I myself said, you have to understand the level of your protest, where you fit in the protest. I went over that. Correct. I told people that with Proposition 22, I was out there getting signature signed, drivers driving by, throwing water bottles at us, saying you're going to hurt the gig economy. We don't want this. Why are you doing it? My protest level was I was in front of those angry drivers who were going against us for getting it in. I know what my protest level is. I'm one of the ones that they will hear. The voice will be heard. I don't think there's anything wrong with the protest. I believe the protest that the rideshare companies did as far as the drivers, I thought it was successful because of all the marketing that went through, the coverage from all the news stations that got involved, not including all the gig channels that got involved. And a lot of the news channels, they watch us. Now, people, you know when a news channel is watching you, when they reach out to you through an email, whether it be an online newspaper for a city or things like that, when they reach out to you, they are watching you, okay? Just like when the Washington Post reached out to me about a year and some change ago. They reached out to me about things that are going on. You know how they reached out to me? Because they were watching my channel, watching the information that I am putting out there. They are watching, okay? They are watching. And I think the protest was a good thing. Some people say it was bad. What do you think? protest good or bad? Does it hurt the economy or does it help?
It all defines the situation. And yes, protest is good for the people and the right of your will to live and the right for your way to make money. But if you're sitting there protesting against a company that is not doing correctly and you do not have a basis, a firm foundation to stand on, then I think that might be a little bit borderline. But, you know, we're making these companies millions and millions and billions of dollars.
And millions of dollars, people. I had to do it.
And if we're not benefiting from that, then yeah, you'll see my ass out there holding the sign.
Right. And I believe in that also because it's like how and Jeff Mike Drop BBQ Uber Jeep, he was saying yesterday, you know, and I said it also yesterday in my live. I said these people are paying this much money to the app and you're only getting paid this much. So what I was doing, you know, I was asking them, how much did you pay for this ride? Man, I paid $80. Well, like I said, $78 yesterday. Let me undercut that. I'll do it for 60. Matter of fact, I'll do it for $50. I pick you up 4 times a week, 5 times a week, and take you to work. Instead of doing it like that for the whole month, I'll go ahead and give you a break. Now I'm gonna help you save money, so I can get paid more, and the money that you go save, that's gonna be going into my tip that you go give me. People, learn how to funnel in your cash. The money that they were saving now, I will put them on $400 a month instead of paying that close to that $1,000 a month, so that they can save $600. Now, when I drop them off, guess what? They still giving me a tip, so I'm making my money plus that tip, and I'm getting $400 from that person no matter what every month.
It's called smart money move.
Money. Yeah, smart money move. So I'm getting that money over the app. I transition them over. Once you figure out that that's what the apps are doing, people, that's how you protest the apps. You know, I don't want to say it all the time, but sometimes you got to take their clientele. You know, like we use your mechanic, mobile delivery. I mean, mobile mechanics. They are just like us in the gig world. They are their own mechanic. What they do is they go out and they steal clients from shops. Okay? They steal clients from shops. Normally what happens is they sign up for this app. They go on behalf of the shop that they are working for. Okay? Then when they get there, they let them know that, hey, I also do this on the side. I'm also mobile. I got my own big business. And then they steal that customer from the shop and from the Your Mechanic site, because the company is making way too much money over what the mechanic is. Go ahead, Ghost.
All right, so I can speak on what you're talking about at this moment. My son, he works 40 hours a week as a mechanic at a local lawn care place here. He's their top mechanic. He has created, excuse me, sorry. He has created relationships with about 6 different places that company deals with. And the weekends, he makes more money on the weekends than he does working at that company during the week.
See, smart move. He got in there, and you know, sometimes people are just gonna ask you. I've had people in the back seat getting the ride say, hey, do you do this on the side? Bam. Once they ask you that's gonna be your client. Once they ask you because you've got them to the spot on time over and over again, you know the routes, they're able to do everything, and then bam, you got a client. Got you a client.
But you have to put those feelers into those customers so they can figure out, be like, oh yeah, well, he gets me to my job every day, which pays my bills, and he's on time. Everything is perfect. What else can he do for me? So it's all about entrepreneurship.
Right. Now, let me ask you this. What do you feel about this? Came up last night on Pedro also, the real politicians who are running for office. And obviously, if they see that all these drivers out there, now there's 1.1 million drivers. Was it 1.1 or 1.4? 1.1 million drivers. Me and my wife did the research. 1.1 million drivers is what we have doing gig apps in America. Okay. There's 336 Americans who live in this country. Okay. With only 1.1 million drivers. Okay. Now, if we got 1.1 million drivers, and let's say we have, let's just say 500,000 drivers protesting, right? From those 500 drivers that are protesting, that is going to bring up a big issue. Now, the politicians are going to try to say, we want to help those people. And Pedro said to try to win the election. Obviously, that's what they want to do. But if they can do it, they would have done it. So how do you feel our regular politics is going to play in to this rideshare protest? Because a lot of the politicians are using Uber Black and Lyft Black to get to where they got to go also. So how do you feel about that?
All right. So politicians and gig work. Yes, I understand that there's a lot of politicians that actually use the gig work to get to and from. And if there's just say 500,000 drivers that go on strike, that makes my chances of getting a job a lot better, because those politicians are going to have to wait longer and they're going to tip more.
Right. And I think people,
and then you will be.
I think people gotta go ahead.
Then you will be a repeat customer for that person, because they're going to give you that 5-star. They're going to give you that online review. These people that are out here that are petty and want to strike and say no tip, no trip, nothing on that sort. But if they want to strike, they're losing money, because guess what? You didn't take that order. I got that order. And guess what? I got a $25 tip.
Right.
You know?
See?
Don't be stupid. Just get out here and grind. The harder you grind, the harder you will get.
Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Now, I want the government to get involved with the rideshare movement. You know why? Because once the government gets involved, you're going to see a higher protest. You know why? Because they're going to say, they're going to say, we either don't want the government in at all, make them step aside, or you want them in to have an increase, in the pay that's out there. Go ahead, Ghost.
I can probably say, I haven't done my facts and my research, but I can probably say that 65%, and this is just off the top of my head, 65% of the rideshare drivers, gig drivers, do not pay their taxes. So if the government does get involved, you can go 2, 3, 4, 5 years without paying your taxes, but once the IRS finds you out, then boom, you're done.
Yeah, and that's another thing that I feel that what's up, TFP? That I feel
what's up,
that's
buddy?
Another issue. That's one thing that I feel out there. We got a lot of people that are not doing their taxes, and it's because they're not keeping track of what they're doing, what they're spending. Then they say, well, check this out. I'm making $400 a day, and at the end of the year, I made like 100 something K, but when it's time for taxes, I ain't got nothing to show for it because now I'm a owe all this money. People, you got to understand, if you are out there making $400 a day and you're only writing off maybe like $70 a day, you got a high ass tax bill coming. You got to understand how to move that money and what to do and how to write it off. You got to start using. They give you guys Stride. We got Intuit QuickBooks. We got different things you can use to track all these things. John McFall and you know, the upstanding driver. What's his name again? Dad Dash. What's his name? What's his name again? Yeah, what's his name? The rational driver, Dasher. Yeah, him. He's got that stuff on there too. We got these things in order for you to do it. Now, a lot of you guys say, man, I made this much money. I didn't take care of nothing. I'm going to just use that standard deduction. Okay, use that standard deduction of 19,000, but you still made 89,000. That 19,000 that you did right there ain't doing nothing. That's why it's called the standard of everybody else who drives. They put you in a standard and put you there. Somebody else that keeps track of everything, all the gas, all the car maintenance, all that stuff mixed with your food, your travel, your wardrobe, your clothing, your YouTube channel, you making videos and everything else that you put on there. All that stuff counts as write-offs every month. You got to understand what you can write off. I know for a fact, if I'm making $400 a day, I am gonna have almost new clothes. I'm gonna easily have a new wardrobe almost every week. I'm gonna have a new wardrobe almost every week. And then check this out, people. You get people, and I'm gonna write off all my clothes. All my clothes is uniform. Then check this off, people. Look, you got people that will go and make all that money. They'll go lease a vehicle. They'll get the leasing amount, do that, and they'll write off that whole lease. They'll rent a car. They're writing off the whole rental car. Everything they spent on the rental car is a write-off. Every single thing. If you are eating on the road, like, look, we got poke bowls right now, right? We got poke bowls while doing delivery. Guess what, people? This is a business lunch. It's written off. You got to understand what to do. And because people don't pay their taxes and do it right, that's why they don't want the protest. They don't want the government to get involved and start auditing the gig apps. If they audit the gig apps, I think 65% of the drivers will be not driving anymore. What do you feel about that, TFT? Let's start right there with you.
That's probably accurate. I don't know if it's 65%, but I want to say at least 50% of the drivers aren't doing their taxes. And if they start owing a lot of money, they're going to start cutting this life out. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't make a shit ton of money, but I make enough to survive, to take care of my family. I'm not out there making 100 grand plus a year. I don't need that. I also don't have near as much as some people do for write-offs. So it's like, yeah, my first full year of door dashing, yes, I owed $6,500. Paid that off, and still had money left over to take care of repairs to my vehicles and live. And this last year so far, since I haven't worked as much. I have plenty of money left over to take care of that. So I didn't have to work. Oh, crap. Wrong turn. No, that's right turn. But anyway, so it's like I paid off my taxes. I paid off everything. I'm free and clear. This year I haven't filed my taxes just yet. I need to get to do that soon, but I'm still waiting on a little bit of information. But this year I made probably half of what I made last year. Do I expect to pay taxes this year? Yeah, I have to pay taxes every year because we're self-employed. We have to pay our Social Security, our self-employment taxes, all that shit. Now, this year, I also don't have, I have even less than half of the write-offs I had last year. Last year's write-offs, honestly, the standard deduction in my case was higher. So that's what I had to take. Now, not all of us have, because I'm also the kind of guy, I don't have multiple vehicles. I have one. So I don't get to write off every single gas expenditure. I don't get to write off a lot of the stuff some people do. Because this vehicle's not only work, it's personal. So I only get to write off maybe half the gas expenditures that I do, which is fine. I've already accounted for that. That's why I have a set number per day that I need to hit when I'm working. Now, I only work 5 days a week. So it's like people out there who say that we can't make a living unless we're working 80, 90 hours, 60, 80 hours a week. They're full of shit. I work 40, 45 a week. That's it. And I make more than enough to take care of my life, cover repairs, cover everything.
And I can attest to what he's saying.
My cost of living is minimal. I'm lucky though. My cost of living is minimal in compared to, say, what Reese's cost of living is. I probably pay for my cost of living, rent, power, utilities, all that. I probably pay about $500 or so a month less than Reese does, at least.
Right.
So you got to keep within your means. Don't spend more than what you've got.
And that's the main thing right there. Don't spend more than what you bring. If you want to make money in this world,
you also got to remember. You also got to remember this: everything you make, automatically reduce it by 30% because that's what you got to pay out in the taxes.
Well, correct, and that's why live below your means. Live below your means. Now, take this money. Take some of the money that you can, invest it. Take some of the money, get into the crypto. Take some of the money, go buy another property, which is going to bring you profit, and then, you'll be set.
Look for ways to generate.
What do you think about that, Reese?
Yeah, no, I agree with all of this. These are things that people got to understand, man. We got to start talking about the real stuff. TFT talking about, and this is why I brought up. I'm in Southern California, y'all, and I'm in the desert. I'm in the last, I would say, fifth city before I'm talking about the Mojave is right here, and then we got Morongo, we got the Indian reservations. Right, I'm in the desert. TFT is in Central Valley, agricultural. That's where he is. Now we got, and I got to bring him up. We got where Eli is. He's up there in the San Francisco area. Completely different market there. We're in the same state with it's like we're in 3 different states by ourselves.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's how it is.
Central Valley, Northern California, Southern California are totally different areas. Totally different cost of living.
Yeah, like TFT is what, 4.5 hours from you, Reese?
Give or take,
yeah. Yeah, give or take if you got a hot foot.
I could probably make it in about 2.5.
Well, if I put the lead shoes on, yeah, I can make it down to Reese in probably about 2.5 hours. But standard driving protocols, it's about a 4.5, 5-hour drive to get to Moreno Valley from where I am.
I got you.
It's about the same amount of time if I wanted to go like wherever Eli is up. What was that? San Mateo County.
Well, it's like I was up in Pedro's Market yesterday. I had to take my daughter up to St. Louis, and I decided to start dashing. And in an hour and a half, I made $78.
Nice.
And that was downtown St. Louis.
Right. Well, trust me, I know for a fact that if I went down to Reese's Market, I'd probably make what I make here per day in my normal 6 to 8 hours. I probably can make it up there in just as much time, if not less, because his market is more higher end than mine. Well, they got more people who are willing to spend money than they do here in mine.
Well,
That's
see,
the same thing with up
I've
there in
done,
San Mateo area. I'm sure if I
yeah.
went up there, I could make a grand in a week with probably only about 30 hours
See,
with the way I work.
I've dashed in Memphis. I've dashed in Nashville. I've dashed in Raleigh, North Carolina, and Raleigh, North Carolina actually made more because that's the research capital of the world. So they're all making 125 G plus,
Yeah.
a year. So they've got more money to spend. It's all about where you're at and knowing the market. And Reese, I didn't mean to hijack your live or anything like that. Go ahead and talk.
Oh, ain't nothing to hijack. He's probably doing something with Emily right quick. Amelia, excuse me. I've got too many names on the brain right now.
Yeah, I got you. I'm not even looking at the chat, so. But yeah, I had a glitch with the app and it kicked me off, so I got to wait till 5 o'clock to get back on, which sucks. You there, Reese? Seems like you got bad connection. You're pixelated.
All right. Wait. I was trying to fix this thing and I just jacked it all up. Let me see.
No, we can hear you clear now.
All right, yeah. I was trying to have it so I can look at the chat at the same time on the half screen, but it made
Yes, sir.
everything else here go slow. I can use Nightbot and do it at the same time, but I cannot use the other app here. Let me see. Is it saying there's a guest back here? Let me see. Is it tripping? Let me see. Let me see what's going on here.
Amelia?
Did she just hop on stage?
Yep.
Oh, she just hopped on stage. Okay. Well, all right. Oh, and yeah, it's our anniversary today. We're dashing on our anniversary because tonight is different. You know what I mean? So
Happy anniversary.
tonight's a little bit different. Yep, people. We've been together since 2008. Okay, people, since 2008, and we got married. We got married in 14. So you know what I mean? We got married in 14, and we doing it.
Well, do it right. I was married
Yeah, we're
20
doing
years.
it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So we're getting it in, and people, we getting it in. It is what it is. We are getting it in, and this taxes thing. I would really want to know, and I want to know what drivers would keep it all the way real. What drivers are keeping it all the way real with how much money they're making and the taxes. Because if someone says, you know what, I'm making all this much money, and then end of the year they owe 15 grand end of the year, and they were like, man, I'm not about to even pay my taxes. That's why when you watch like people like Moochie Moo and other people that do their thing, they talk about, and this is what the reasonable driver does. Dad Dash. He gets what he makes. He does his taxes right there and figures out this is how much I owe on my taxes, and then he puts that there just in case for when it gets downtime in the year. He's got that there, but then he doesn't have to pay that all the time because of what the write-offs were. So, but he's just making sure he's keeping that percentage on the lockup. Cruising Dasher says that I believe that the government will tap into the apps and take the money out weekly electronically. That is, ooh, wee.
Those are
I
some
think
hard
that is,
words right there, but
yeah, but you got to understand if the government gets involved and they just think about it. If drivers are not paying their taxes, think about how much money is not going into the government. Okay? Think about how many like, let's say, schools aren't getting the money for education and new products in for the schools, or let's say there's a politician who wants to do things to build shelters and all that, and none of that money is going in to help. None of it is going in to help. Go ahead, Ghost.
taxes. Do you want to drive on a road that is full of potholes to
Hell
deliver
no.
your food? Do
Hell
you
no.
want your city lights to be on so you can see on a dark street?
Gotta have them lights up.
We have to pay our taxes. Yes, it is absurd amount that we have to pay, being the fact that the politicians make 4 to 6 times more than what we make, but you have to pay that. I mean, it's the American way. Do I agree with that? No, I do not. Somebody should not make more than a president of the United States. And there are politicians out there that are career politicians that have been making more than what the president of the United States makes. And there needs to be a revolt. Sorry, I had to say it.
The president makes like 200 grand a year, I do believe.
$250,000 a year.
Yeah. So,
but there's politicians out there making more than that because they're doing side deals and doing this, doing that. Yeah, it's not right. It's not right. You know, we pay to keep these streets, you know, patched up from potholes, from storms and snow and all that, and we're paying for all this infrastructure. I think our tax rate is a little bit too high.
Right.
It's a little too high.
It is. And crazy. Do you think that because, you know, we're talking about taxes now?
Yes.
Do you think that the apps are going to be watching this, the government's going to be watching this? We are on YouTube, people, and it's all here. We're talking about taxes and everything. Because of this, how soon do you think, because this tax problem is huge, how soon do you think, okay, in the near future, how many years do you think it'll take before they just crack down on it?
Okay, so you said there's 1.1 million drivers in the United States, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say give it a year and a half. They're going to start figuring out that people are out here just taking money and not paying back the taxes. So 1.1 times, I don't know, say 30%. Do the math. They're gonna start coming after every one of these people, and they're gonna, have to owe the taxes. If not, guess what? Clink clink, you're going to jail.
Yeah, but that's the craziest thing is we got a lot of these drivers that are, and here's how they're hiding from paying their taxes, right? They are using these apps, but then they're not going to pay their taxes, but then they'll have it to where their wife is claiming them on their taxes because they don't work. You see what I mean?
Well,
so they can make more money. They can make more money for the house.
Man like me.
Yeah, well, see. There you
I got to
go.
pay my taxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I pay my taxes, and I don't do it yearly. I do it quarterly.
See?
You have to understand, with doing a gig app, it's a 1099. So inform and educate yourself to know when to pay. I pay in quarterly. I'm back into it now, but I paid in quarterly when I was doing it. And at the end of the year, I got $700 back because I documented everything. I documented my miles, all my expense write-offs, everything. When I'm on an quote unquote DoorDash or Grubhub or Uber Eats and I go get a meal, I get that receipt. That's a write-off. It's a business expense.
Exactly. Exactly.
Research
this is
and
what-
understand how it works.
Yeah, and this is what I want to like when they have the gig con and they have these people flying in from out of state just to go drink a couple beers and talk to people, right? I'm like, man, you guys are doing that for gig. You got your badges and everything. That plane ticket is a write-off. If you drove your car, that rental, all the gas you spent to get there is a write-off. If you got a hotel room, that's a write-off. If you bought your own food that was not comped by the GitCon, all that is a write-off. And when you watch what happened on GitCon, there was not a tax information meeting there for drivers. They weren't telling people how to write off their stuff. What was happening was people were asking, can I write this off? It's not on DoorDash, but you got to understand, people, you are a 1099. You're a 1099 and you are taking that. That is a business meeting that you went to. You went to a business meeting. All of that should have been written off. Go ahead.
It's business ethics. You have to understand how to run a business before you run a business.
Now, Bobby says he takes the standard every year. It's the only way to make it for him. He takes the standard. See, now Bobby's also married. No, he's married. He's married also. No kids. So taking the standard, but if I can remember, I was on a live stream a long time ago, and I was like, they were talking about people not making 150K, 100K, and all this, and I was like, well, if someone does this gig work and they make like 65 grand a year, what's wrong with that? And I do believe on that live stream, Bobby said, I agree. That's typically, I stay within that range there. So if Bobby is in that range of 60 to 65K, and he's using that standard, that standard is going to make it so that he's doing his thing. He realized that if he goes above all of that, he ain't gonna get nothing back, and it's gonna hurt him because he has a wife anyway. So he ain't gotta go do $18 million a year on DoorDash and these gig apps. He ain't gotta do that.
Well, I understand that, but I know that if I'm going to go out and take the standard of what is it, 12.5? That's what it here is in Mississippi. 12,500. That's the standard.
Oh, yeah, and it's 19 here in California.
Do what?
It's 19K in California.
Okay, it's 12.5 in Mississippi. And if I know I got to buy something for, even if I spend money on DoorDash to buy DoorDash clothing or DoorDash bags or Uber Eats bags or whatever, I'm going to write that off because that's a business expense. I use my own personal phone. That's business expense.
Torp says, file for bankruptcy, file for it.
Bankruptcy doesn't wipe out your tax debt.
File for
Government
bankruptcy
doesn't
does
work.
nothing but hurt your credit for 7 years.
Yes, and
It all
it's
depends
not
if
going
you
to
do a
wipe out
chapter
tax debt
13
no
or a
more. That's
chapter
federal
7.
debt. Federal debt isn't taken care of by fucking bankruptcy.
And then have fun starting over again.
Uh-huh.
Use common sense. And yeah, I said that. Use common sense to work.
But
He says
as it is,
at
I'm
worst
here at
you
the
pay a
shop.
penalty. He says at worst you pay a penalty within the first 2 years. Now Bobby says, I agree, Ghost. I use a portion of my internet and cell bill on a
Yeah.
tax write-off. Now, let's get into that. You can use your whole cell phone bill as a write-off. Your phone that you're using is a write-off. Okay, your actual cell phone bill. Your actual cell phone is a write-off. If you have a computer in your house, you guys have internet inside your house. That is going into your business because guess what? You got to do your personal. You are a CPA. That your computer that you buy, that's a write-off for your business. Okay.
Yes.
Now you can write off like if you live inside an apartment and you pay for parking inside your apartment for a stall or a garage, that is a write-off right there. You can write off your light bill. Okay, part of your light bill. You can write off part of all your bills. You can even write off part of your mortgage or your rent. And if you have a space within 400 feet, like a 400-foot space, you can use that as a small office and actually get the credit for small office and use that as a write-off. There's so many things that these people don't understand. So Bobby, add in your cell phone, add in your accessories, your chargers, your mounts. All that stuff is written off for you to perform your duty. All that stuff.
I pay $126 a month for my phone bill. I write off an eighth of it, because I use my cell phone more on personal things than I do my business. My rent is $750 a month.
Now, but see but Ghost, think about the people that say, I multi-app all day. I work 20 hours a day. They're on that phone. Their whole entire bill is written off. Their whole phone is written off. That's all they're doing.
How many phones do they have when they're doing multi-app?
Well, if they have 3 phones, they got 3 phones. Write them phones off. You're multi-apping, using it for different apps. Also,
go ahead, TFT.
That's why the government wants to try to. That's why the government wants to try to get involved. The government wants to get involved because these drivers are stealing money, not paying taxes, and then you got the ones that actually know how to do it right, to actually write off the stuff. So it is like the wild, wild west, and the government has no control over it. That's why they want control. Could you imagine all the millions and millions of dollars that are out there that are not going in? Just think about it. Whenever you get the statistics about how much money is going into the workforce in America, they have no way to count for the gig stuff at all. There's no way to count for it. There's no way. It's just like on like
no, actually, there is a way.
I was in a discussion with Chaotic Truth, and when they were going over because of like the HIPAA laws, they were going over all of the abortions and things that are not put into the stats, and like from Plan Bs and stuff. And us delivery drivers have dropped off Plan Bs and all that, but ain't none of those inside the stats that we see every day when we watch the news. Those stats are not in there. And there's no way for them to put those up inside there.
The thing is, though, Reese, you're a little wrong on that about being able to find out who owes taxes from gig work. Because you got to remember, DoorDash, Uber, all of these apps, if you make more than $500-600 a year through them, they have to report those findings to the IRS.
Well, it's reported, yes.
It's
So I mean, if
recorded, but the
you,
IRS
as the
has
person who had
to
the
go ahead and
information,
get involved in that. If the
yeah,
IRS don't care,
and trust me,
you know,
they will.
here comes Torp.
Trust me, they do. Because I know 4 drivers here who've been audited for the IRS because they didn't report their taxes for 3 years.
Well, IRS will come after you. I'll tell you that. All right,
Uncle Sam
Torp.
going to get his pound of
Yeah.
flesh.
Hey,
Hello, Torp. How are you?
How y'all doing, gentlemen?
Hi, Twerp.
Hey, well, check this out. Check this out. There is a way for these drivers who are not doing taxes at all. Let's say you got 3 years or something without paying taxes, right? But you making $90,000 a year. If you ain't paid taxes in three years, look, here's all you do. Here's all you do. You start your taxes, but you know, when it comes to file and it says you got to pay, you're all good there because it's already filed and it's already in the system waiting to go. Now, if you go wait 3 years to pay him, use one of them years when you about to make 90 grand, take that money there and then pay them taxes off. And now that very next year, you go pretty much be able to get yourself back even because they ain't reporting shit anyway. What's up, Torp?
Yeah, well,
What's up, Torp?
there's tax repayment programs that you can get on. If you do not do that within the 3 years, you can get on a repayment program, and it'll be it all depends on how much you made, but yes, it'll wipe your record clear, but still you are flagged by the United States IRS.
Yep.
Go
ahead, Torp.
Bankruptcy is federal, right?
Yes.
So I don't get it why people talking about bankruptcy like it means something to them when they've never done it. Have you done it?
Well, I have not.
Right.
Have you filed Chapter 7 or Chapter 13?
2 7s,
There's
113.
there's two different chapters.
Well,
one
there's
you
more
have
than
to
one.
pay
No,
back.
there's more than 2. There's actually about 18 of them. You got business,
Well,
then you got private. You got 11, you got 7, you got 13, you got 12, you got 14. There's an 18, there's a 19. It depends on what you're doing and what your status is. I mean, guys like us will never understand the 18 and the 19 because that's for billionaires like Trump. But what you got to understand is, even my wife's brother didn't get this. He's like, I thought you file bankruptcy in your state. It's like you do, but that's at the federal building. You don't go to civil court for that. That's a federal bankruptcy.
No, you got to go to federal building.
It's a federal thing. And here's the thing about it. If you late 2 years, you can file bankruptcy on taxes if they're 2 years old. But you got to file. Robert Reese called it. He got it right. A lot of people don't know that. Now, you're Wesley Snipes. You're evading tax. 2 different animals.
Yeah, I don't want to be evading and abetting.
Right. So file your taxes, and if you don't pay them, they come after you. You can make some stupid agreement with them. And once you get that agreement, in default, let that shit roll. If they don't take your shit, most gig writers, well, we ain't got a lot of shit to begin with. But let's say you don't do your shit. 2 years goes by, put it in a bankruptcy, it's gone. You don't go to jail, man. Going to jail is a Wesley Snipes thing. That's when it's over a certain dollar amount. You're talking about gig drivers here. Gig drivers don't have a certain amount. We getting by. We just getting by. I'm not saying we're free. We don't get away with it. But what I'm saying is we're not up there at that $120,000 mark or that $80,000 mark or better. What I'm saying is if we, and again, this goes along with what you were saying. You said you're going to write off your phone, you're going to write off your car, yeah, that's a different class though, because like with me, I ain't got no car payments. My phone's 3 years old. I'm writing off the mileage. The mileage is a better write-off. It's like 68 cents a mile right now. They upped it.
Right.
They upped it. And that's a federal thing. That's not a state thing. So I mean,
Yeah, it's like my phone. Yes, I do have a payment on it. I got a new one, but my car is free. I have the title, and so I do write off and I track my mileage.
You can't do both though. You
Why?
can't do your car and your mileage. You can't do your phone and your mileage.
Well, no.
It's itemized as standard. Standard is the mileage. Itemized is your phone and your car. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing the mileage. I track my mileage.
Well, I heard you say something about your phone in your car and this and that and the other. Am I wrong?
Well, I was just talking.
Well, you can itemize. You can when you do the itemization, your miles are also up there, and
Not
they ask
mine.
you how many if you're using your personal vehicle, how many were used for personal miles and how many were used for business miles, and that's why you gotta have. That's why I like to use the Intuit QuickBooks, because you just hit the auto track, and when you do your taxes, it automatically brings them in. And on Intuit QuickBooks, you can link in your Uber, your DoorDash, or whatever, and it brings all that stuff in with everything that you have already set for the mileage and all that other stuff.
Right, I agree with
Now,
you.
it might
Gas,
not give
everything.
you
Yeah,
the
the
total.
mileage is the best, unless you're buying
Yes,
stuff
I
all the
understand
time.
that, Torp.
Yeah.
But when you start linking in different accounts, different things, yes, I'm going to lose 30 cents or plus a mile for my car, but I'm able to write off other items. My phone, my office, my clothing.
You're going through one of them zones, Ghost. You're going through one of them zones, Ghost.
Itemized or standard? That's the question. It's a
Well,
good
it
Itemized.
question.
depends.
It's a
In
good
my
question.
opinion, it kind of itemized depends on what you got going on. If you're constantly buying a bunch of new equipment, buying new clothes, buying this, that, and the other, itemized is probably going to be better for the majority of newer drivers
What
or
about that?
years where you may have to do more auto repairs, tires, this, that, and the other.
Right,
The
you're right.
years outside of those, then you go with the standard, in my opinion.
Well, your opinion's a good one. I'll tell you why it's a good opinion. You got people like the big YouTubers that are 70 plus. We're not going there. We're having a discussion, but I'm giving you something to go off of. So you got 70,000 subscribers and you're making a lot of money on YouTube, right? That is also a gig job. Now you got cameras. Now you got studio. Maybe you're paying some people to help you edit. Itemized time, baby. That's itemized time.
Yeah.
If you like me, I'm just driving the gig apps, man. I'm just driving them. I'm just multi-apping. I'm making my 20 to 30 a year. Itemized would kill me, and they tell me right off the bat, just like Robert Reese was talking about. It's like your best bet right now is the standard. Go buy mileage, and they're always right because I pay like $600 a year in taxes legally, and it's like 25 minus 600 is what? And I'm like, that's pretty decent. I'll take that, and that's legal. And it's like because I'm way below the standard. I think what's the standard? 60 grand, something like that. And then that's when it changes
But
a little
the
bit.
poverty level,
Yeah, that.
the
Yeah.
poverty level, last I remember, for a single income person type of thing, household, it's supposed to be like 48 grand
Okay.
a
There you
year.
go. There you go.
Well, you got to
Last I
look at
remember,
where.
they might have changed it. But
Right. And that's my
Well, I
point.
mean,
It's
you
like,
got to look at me and Twarp, where Twarp lives. I'm not going to reveal your location.
it's Orlando,
but
Kentucky. You're all right.
yeah,
It's
I
all over
know,
my
I know.
channel. You're good.
But yeah, but just respect.
No, cool.
We're talking to two people from California, where it's much higher pay and much higher income than what we see in the Midwest, and especially the southern part of the states. So there's a lot of difference there. There's a lot of difference there.
There's not only difference there, but there's difference again because I brought this up some time ago, not like some time ago, but maybe a month ago. And I said, you know what the funny thing about some of these gig tube channels that are really big and notorious is that they never talk about anything other than the gig apps for driving. That's it. They never speak about their channels, which is a gig job. That's a gig job. And I'm like, if you add that gig job, that YouTube gig job that's actually paying pretty good bank for the bigger guys, it's like now we're not on the same page. Not you in this panel, but now we're not on the same page. It's like, here's how you do this, and here's how you, I'm like, no, wait a minute. You're in a totally different tax bracket. It probably is better for you to itemize since you probably spent about 40 to 50 grand this year for editing, software, all kinds of stuff that I wouldn't know anything about, but obviously a lot. And all I'm doing is driving my car, making the most I can off a tank of gas. That's all. That's it. That's all I'm doing. I don't edit shit. You guys know this. But I do know this much. if you're going to go to the federal or the state level, it's two different animals. And then if you're going to talk about gig work, you might want to add in the fact, if you're one of those big channels, that your gig job does not just exist because of driving and dropping off hot dogs. You're also an editor. You're paying someone to help you edit, and your channel is bringing in more money than you're delivering hot dogs for. And they never talk about that. Ever, not once have I heard any of the bigger channels. And you'll notice that I'm keeping that on the down low because we're having a different discussion of other facts here. But it'd be nice for one of these big channels to do that, wouldn't it? Like, well, here's the thing. I make this much.
It would be super nice.
This much over here. Yeah, it would, because then we get the real story. We're not getting
transparency. I guarantee you, this topic about taxation from a larger YouTube channel, as well as adding in gig work and drive apps and everything else that they have going on for, vending machines, whatever. That would be a excellent video, in my opinion. Yes, of them going through and breaking it down.
Yes, it would.
But will they do it? Probably not, because they may have to disclose more than they want.
They'd have to show.
Check this out.
They don't.
This is the first year.
That's why they won't do it. They won't relate to
this. Is the first year I've done the standard in about 5 years. I did the standard this year because I said if I don't do the standard, then my ass is screwed this year. So I did the standard this year, and you know what I mean. So people, you got to understand. It's taxes. It ain't gonna be the same every year. Now it ain't gonna be the same every year. 1 year you could have like a super year, and you like, ooh. And then 1 year you're like, man, this year sucked. We had a terrible tornado or hurricane took us out. The Red Cross had the whole city locked up. You know what I mean? So stuff like that. Every year is not going to be the same. So you gotta really pay attention. And I really wish that more of, like Torp said, I really wish more of what they classify themselves as, the higher end gig channels and everything, we'll talk about things like this, because chances are the people who are coming in as new drivers, they just see that I get paid every week or I get paid every day. I ain't got to wait for that W-2 check. I get all my money, no HR involved, and they just think they living free and just getting it in, right? And then it comes down time to the end of the year. End of the year, you about to get Ghostbuster. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Well, you better be afraid of the tax ghost, because he's going to come for that ass. And I do believe that most of these content creators need to be speaking about this, because this is a way for us to figure out what drivers need to be using the apps. If you can do it and run your own taxes and do all that stuff and do it right, you are a driver we need on the app. If you ain't doing none of that stuff at all, like let's say you've been driving for 9 years and you ain't did taxes not one time and ain't got caught, you don't need to be on the app, brother. You don't need to be on the app. We need to talk about this stuff. We need to talk about this stuff. Pedro should be one of the main ones. They're talking about the Pedro should be one of the main ones. He's talking about the protest and how it's not good because legislation and all that other stuff. Now you got to be doing this. Go ahead.
Here's what I always believe this. Pedro makes more money on his YouTube channel than he does doing gig work. And here's why I say this. I do believe his gig work, driving, delivering hot dogs, is how he pays his taxes. I believe he's trying to net what he makes on gig work doing YouTube.
That's a possibility.
His taxes come from McDonald's, man. I mean, that's why these guys still drive. Think about it. How many times have we all said it? Why are you still driving for YouTube? For DoorDash or any of them? If you're doing so well on YouTube, it's like, well, think about it. Let it sink in. He's got content for his channel, and all this shit that he does out there in the field driving, that's paying his taxes that he's going to have. They come and do on YouTube. And I think YouTube's a little bit more serious than Google AdSense. I think they're going to find you before any DoorDash, person's going to be like, hey, man, why didn't you pay your taxes? It's like, what? How'd you find me? Because you on YouTube, fool. You a public
You on YouTube.
Man,
you're a public figure.
Yeah, you're public figure.
Hey, before we get to TFT to talk about the page pro thing, we're gonna pause for station identification right now, people. Go ahead and get this pause in.
Get that in, sir. We are at the Fast Trip, people. We have another
Local hot facts with Robert Reese. What makes you stop here at the Fast Strip?
Cheap gas.
Now, is this the cheapest gas around?
Yes, it is. I checked the Gas Buddy. This is the place that you go if you want your cheap gas.
Now check this out. You said Gas Buddy. Please explain that. I know what it is. For people that don't know, let them know what Gas Buddy is.
It's a website where you go on and check the prices for the gasoline and lowest in your area.
Yes, sir. Now all you got to say is this. You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
That is weird. What's up with you? It's your baby. Is it her?
There it is.
Go ahead, TFT. Go ahead, TFT. It's on you.
Like I was saying, I would actually rather enjoy seeing a video from Pedro or Flex or any of the other bigger YouTubers / DoorDashers out here. They're seeing what they do and how they do their taxes and talking about it just like we are right now. They none of us as big as Pedro.
You need to watch that.
And outside of Pedro,
Yeah, anyway.
you know, the rideshare professor's in a super different tax bracket.
Easy,
You know, the
TFT.
rideshare professor's in a different tax bracket. I would like to see, you know, like even Harry and Sergio and these guys. You know, look, was it Sergio or Harry that they actually had Tony Hsieh for an interview? And when I was watching that interview, when he had him on there, right? None of the questions that we talk about every day was even asked to the guy, and he was right there in his face. I was so upset about that. I would have hit Tony Hsieh with the questions, and they had him sitting there and didn't even ask him the stuff. Go ahead, Ghost.
What about that dude from Charlotte? What's his name? Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, Bentley Coop?
Oh,
Yeah,
geez.
Bentley Coop. Has he fallen off?
Jeez, he should.
Nah, well, he hasn't fell off. You know, he's doing. See, he works with DoorDash, so he gets paid from DoorDash also. So when he's not doing content, he's working on things behind the scene that they want him to do for an upcoming video, and then that's what he does.
Where's the information from when he started like a grunt, like all of us?
Thank you.
Where was he when he started like a grunt from all of us?
That's what's not shown on his channel, which is why people start saying, well, he's a plant. You know, he's a DoorDash plant. DoorDash put him here to, you know, do this. That's why people say that stuff.
Reese, you got to start from somewhere. You got to start from.
Ghost, I know I'm chopping you. I know I'm chopping you, but man, I gotta give you a hand clap for that one, man. There's so many people that fucking missed that point. It's like I said this just in this live. The Pedros, the UDMs, and bigger have been playing this game with all the drivers, including the new ones. That's what makes me sick to my stomach because Pedros don't explain themselves. It's like gig work. The first thing they think about when they hear gig work is DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, all the rest. They always seem to conveniently leave out all the money they're making on YouTube. YouTube is gig work, man. YouTube is gig work. That's a gig. It's a fucking gig. You don't know what you're going to make from one month to the next. You don't know how many views you're going to get, how many subs you're going to get, who's going to super chat you, who's going to leave you one in the fucking cash box. PayPal you. You don't know nothing. It's all a fucking mystery until the end of the month. That's a gig.
I get a lot of shit on my I get a lot of shit on my TikTok, and I get super chats and everything because I go to high profile concerts.
What I'm saying though is that these guys never say that part of their life. Like,
I know
this is a part of my income. My YouTube channel is a part of my gig content. But I'm never going to add it into it. I'm not going to explain it to you guys. I'm doing vending machines and I'm doing no tip, no trip. And they expect us, everybody, to just say, yeah, I can relate to him. I drive too. It's like, no, guys, 70,000 plus or bigger. And no, they're not relating to us. They're not doing the same taxes we are. They don't have the same write-off that we do. What they are doing is saying, you are my content. You know, so everybody always talks about content. What's his content? What's he doing? It's like, Guys, we are Pedro's content. We are. All of us in this panel and beyond. We are his content. If we don't watch, he don't get paid.
Well, I don't watch them.
More. Well, somebody does. And when he gets paid, when people watch, he's on a different level. He ain't got nothing to do with the gig economy as far as the driver goes. Nothing. He's using that.
When he disrespected that old lady about a year and a half ago. Yeah. No.
That's why
when he wouldn't take her home.
Yep. I'm sorry, as a man,
content creators like that, they're out of touch with the reality of what DoorDash drivers go through.
TFT,
for the most part, in my opinion.
No, that's not an opinion. I don't know why you said opinion. Why'd you say opinion? Because
it is my opinion.
No, it's a fact.
It may be a fact, but it's also my opinion that I'm stating it the way I stated it.
Well, then your opinion's a fact, and a fact is your opinion.
Yeah, a fact can be someone's opinion.
Well,
not everybody's going to see it that way. You know,
you've always been so nice, TFT, and I've loved that about you, man. You've always done that, and I know why.
It's just who I am.
I know, but man, you spoke bars. Just take credit for it, man. You spoke bars right there.
It's just like how I ended Reese's live stream the other day. It's who I am.
He killed.
You can't fuck up something if that's the way you live and breathe, man.
Motherfucking TFT killed that shit yesterday. And did you go screen record that TFT and make it into a short or make it into so you can have it feel?
I got it cut out.
Okay, good.
I speak highly of TFT. I talk to this man daily. We're on the phone probably 3 to 4 hours a day. I speak highly of this man and his standards and what he does. If you can respect that, I'd appreciate it.
I'm not sure what I said that make you think I didn't respect that. I said he's got bars, man. The man was he said it was his opinion. I call it a fact. Did you miss the point?
I might have.
I think
My
you
bad.
did, bro.
What he said was quite respectful, Ghost.
I said he's got bars. He kept on calling it his opinion. I said that's not your opinion, boss. That's bars. In other words, bars in my neighborhood is facts, hard facts, in your ass. This is what it is, and that's what. He brought the bars.
I didn't understand the terminology that you were using. It's different down here in Mississippi. When you talk about bars, it's somebody that's going behind bars.
Hell no, not up here, boss.
I got you.
Well, you also got the other way of people spitting bars, you know.
He's talking real.
Well, you can spit bars, but
real. Yeah. And I'm going to go there for a second so it makes sense. When you have a rap war. I know you guys don't follow rap. If you do, you don't. Doesn't matter. But when there's a rap war, it's like one guy raps and he says some really grungy shit about the other guy. And the other guy comes back and makes more sense. It's like everybody's like, oh, damn, he just said that. That's called bars.
Oh, yeah.
When you speak volumes, you speak bars. When you make a point, you speak bars. When you're talking facts, something that people can relate to, and they hits them hard, and they're like, damn, that was good. So that's the bars I was talking about.
Yeah, I got you.
There you go.
100%.
I understood what you meant, Swarf. I understood what you meant, brother.
Yeah, that's why I got a little tipped when he said, well, it's my opinion. I said, nah, boss, that's bars. You just spoke the truth out loud, clear, uncontrolled, in everybody's face, and that's what I meant by it. That was bars.
Well, you got to understand this about Ghost. You everybody out there, Ghost is, we had a little, those of you don't know, Ghost is now back. Ghost is now back. For those of you who don't know, TFT is the deputy, and Pedro's, they told Pedro to make the guy who looks like Fire Marshal Bill the president. Pedro, don't steal my stuff. I got the deputy here. I got John George. He's the head of diplomacy. Okay. Rev was the ace. Cornbread was the spokesman. And Ghost was the bounty hunter. Ghost said, I don't care. I'm coming to get you. So what just happened right now, Ghost was doing his bounty hunter work. He said, I didn't understand, but I know how to go get him. That's what Ghost was doing right there. So for those of you who don't know, Ghost has always been the bounty hunter on Team Hot Facts. If there's a mission out there, some guy saying he needs to go, he making more money there, and they live close to Ghost. How Ghost said he was in Pedro's neck of the woods. Ghost will travel there and go see what it's about. That's what Ghost does. That's what Ghost does.
And
That's a
if I
gig.
can say if I can say this, TFT Tort, Reese, yes. If I have to go to a different market, different city, different state, I will go. That's not a problem. And I'm not about to come in and take people's money, but I'm about to go in and show the information that is false from these different markets to show the people out here that is on your channel and is going to watch this video and everything. TFT, I respect you. My hat is off. I've talked to you for a long time. Tort, I've talked to you a couple times. I respect you. Reese, I respect you. I want to make this to where we do not lose all of our jobs, and we need to treat the restaurants with respect. We need to treat the customers with respect. We need to treat the order that we have with respect and do it the right way. Do it the right way. And yes, also back to what we were talking about, taxes. Pay your goddamn taxes. Pay your goddamn taxes. You can do it quarterly. You're not gonna have to owe $9,000 at the end of the year. Figure it out.
Perspective.
Yeah, like
Figure it out. Do
like
your
Sin City
information.
Deliveries.
Figure it out.
Well, look at Sin City Deliveries. You know, going out there, I'm renting Teslas and all this, man. I'm you trying to go out, and then he's going, I'm renting these expensive cars. Better be writing them damn cars off and quit trying to look cool. Yeah.
I tell you
Sin
what, though,
City.
Reese, that's just funny that you said that because I thought about that. The first time I saw that with the
Oh my
EV
God.
being rented. No, here's the first time I saw that. It was a still shot. I was like, he's trying to get views, and then I looked at it like, no, he actually rented that EV, and I'm thinking that shit was not cheap to rent. I bet you that is a tax write-off. Now,
No, it's his dad's write-off.
It's his dad's.
I can put $100,000 down right now that his dad is funding him all of what he's doing. Look how young he is, and look what he's doing.
Facts.
Well, he ain't that young. He just got the Opie Taylor look. He ain't that. He ain't that. He looked like Richie Cunningham. You know, he ain't. You know, he just got the. He just got the baby face. You know, he's Richie Cunningham.
If I'm not mistaken, Richard's not much younger than I am. If I remember right, I think he said he was in his mid-30s. So he's not like some little spoiled kid.
Cunningham.
Yeah. Well, I'm 48.
No, no, you like 7 years older than I am. I'm 41.
God damn, I'm at Chuck E. Cheese's right here.
Yeah, I know, Twerp. You older than all three of us, bro.
Yeah.
What are you breaking? 70? What are you breaking? 70?
TFT and I are in the same year. You know. I'm 41 also. 1982.
Yeah, you're. If I'm not mistaken, you were born about 5-6 months ahead of me.
Yeah, June 26th, y'all.
So I'm the grandpa in this chat. I'm the grandpa in this chat.
Yeah, well, thank God, finally, because I thought I was the grandpa since 22.
TFT got my son Dylan's birthday.
Oh, I got y'all.
Hey, dude.
I love y'all.
Trust me, I hate being born in December, bro.
Robert, what is that guy's name? The younger guy, the one that we was kind of harping on, sort of in 23 summer. You know, the younger guy. And we all got on him for a minute.
Nugs? You talking about Nugs?
No, Nugs. No, not Nugs.
Mr. Billings.
Yes. Boom.
Oh, John Billings.
Bars again.
John Billings out there in Utah. I believe he said he was like 25 years old or something like that.
Dude, I'm like watching that, and I'm like, this would have been the easiest cut up I could have done. I could have rolled it for 6 months and had a ball with it. And do you realize what the difference is between a mature driver and a guy like him is? I didn't knock him out, dude. I just let him roll with it. See, I like this. If I go after him, I kind of feel like a fucking, how do I put this, man? It's just too easy, right? It's like The guy is young and dumb and full of cum, and it's like, geez, his channel's doing well. What do you do with this? If I bust his balls, would you guys respect me? Yeah, maybe for a video or two. It's like, God, get off of him, man. He's barely of drinking age. What are you doing? I'm like, I don't know either. He's going to learn the hard way on his own. His whole fucking content's going to change in time. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just rolling with Pedro on and off. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, I could get views, I guess, off of this guy. But the point is that my views don't matter. I'd rather just like hang out with some guys and say, you know what, Torp's message doesn't suck all the time. So yeah, maybe it's worth a click if I'm in the mood. But if I
that's the problem, Torp.
God,
that's
Billy,
the problem.
It ruined me.
Torp, that's the problem, Torp. You see how, you know, John Billings is one like, oh, let me look at Pedro and look at what he's doing, and I want to try to piggyback and do all of that stuff. And he really ain't. First of all, he's not getting no information, but he wants to be something that he's not. And you know, that's the problem, because we got people out there that would rather pay attention to that than want to pay attention to real information that's coming in your face, and it's messing up the game, because then they start regurgitating this weak ass shit that we don't want to listen to.
Well, who the hell in this community would listen to John Billings for any information other than a laugh?
Now, I will listen to the information to get information. And if it's false information, I will dispose of the false information. But if there's anything that is applicable to me, then yes, I will take that. But I do not discredit anybody for what they say.
I don't know that it's about discrediting. I think it's about like being your age and being my age. I think it's about knowing like what's relevant and what's not.
Oh, I know what's relevant and what's not. And I know how to get around.
I know that's exactly the point, because we got so many new channels popping up on YouTube. And plus we got the veterans here. And it's like,
well, hats off to the veterans.
Dude, I fall for clickbait all the time on somebody I've never watched before. That's what I do.
Yeah, that happens. That happens all the time.
Yeah,
that happens all the time. We got to get people that's about to drop the bombs. Speaking of the bomb people, I got to do this. This will be the third and last time for station identification. Let's go ahead and get it in.
There it is.
What's up, guys? You're watching HotFacts with my dad, Robert Reese.
Facts with Robert Reese.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Man, I wear hot facts, man, with my boy Robert Reed, man. It's past the dark, man. Y'all stay tuned, man. Get them facts.
You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
You are watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
What's up, y'all? We watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
Name
me out, check 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 me out, check.
Oh, sorry, was I dancing? Yeah, that was me. That was good. Well, it was.
Yeah, we didn't see
what am I supposed to say? It was bad? No, it was good.
No, we didn't see it.
That was good.
Did you put a Taylor Swift song on or something?
Hey, check this out, man. This was a long time ago. I'm going to share it with you. It only takes about 4 hours. Joking.
Oh my God. No.
Yeah, joking.
I decline. If it's 4 hours, I decline.
Check this out. Back when I first started, I had a whole bunch of people in bars and shit doing that. And I'll tell you what, those were some of my finer moments. I used to put that up on YouTube. People that knew me or heard of me and like what I said and said, hey, man, do this for me. And they would. And I still got them on my external hard drive. I'm like, man, those were the days, man. Enjoy this, Robert. You deserve it, man. Enjoy it. It's good stuff.
Oh yeah, you know, I don't never miss an opportunity to get someone to shout my channel out. That's why I like to get them done from the businesses and things like that, because when someone's watching your channel and they hear me say I'm going to pause for station identification and they see multiple people, you're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese, that's going to let them know that, oh snap, I'm on a pretty good channel here. It makes a lot of content creators upset that they don't have it done, but that's not my fault. That I made sure I put that inside my arsenal, so I can throw it out on people. A lot of these people out here on YouTube, especially inside in the gig space, they cannot get people and businesses to do that because of their weak messages and all the falsehood they're putting out. They can't have someone rep them when they go back and watch. Hold up, I just repped you and you talking like that? Hell nah, don't ever play that again. Take me off of that. I don't want no. That's what happens. That's what happens.
Gonna happen. You know what's going to happen, dude.
Got to keep them positive images going.
Yes, you do. And you know what's going to happen at some point, Robert, is I'm going to post up all those in a fucking montage of all the people that said it was Torp rules. It wasn't the Hot Facts with Robert Reese you're watching. It was the Torp rules. Dude, I did that shit for like 2 years, and I still got them. I haven't put them up because that part of my life is, well, it's non-existence right now. But I wonder what would happen if I did put it up. I wonder how many people, and I think this is what Eli needs to hear. It's like, you know what? If you got a lot of people that just want to hate on you and say bad things about you, dude, and you're looking for bank, you might want to give it a shot, man. Eli, that's up to you, brother. You might want to give it a shot, man. Instead of hating the hate, embrace the hate, man. You do realize that Robert Reese is not the most loved man on YouTube, nor am I, TFT or Ghost. No, sir, we are not. But we know one thing. If you want to be heard, if you want to get that AdSense bank, I'm not saying it's bad, but if you want to get it, your haters are part of that program, boss. They just are. And you're going to have to be a little bit more special of a content creator to figure that out. I'll give you one example. The hot dog delivery anti-hater or Mr. Barbecue or Mike Drop. He don't give a fuck who hates on him, man. Look how big he is. He made Eli, dude, check him out. All right? Check him out. He don't even block nobody, man. They just gray spaces in his live chat, dude. He's getting bank off of them, too. When are people going to wake up and be like, you're on YouTube, man. This is not a private chat on Facebook. Either you out here to be heard, for better or for worse, or you're out here to look special with only the people that think you look special. You just squished 2/3 of your audience. You better convince the other 2/3 that you got something to say, and then you're going to get some more money and a little bit more paid, a little bit more respect. It's going to take time, man. Eli took a bath on that, in my opinion. I'm done.
Well, it's like this, Torb. Reading Rainbow is, Eli thinks that it's J-Rom and Tammy, so I piggyback off of it. But you got to understand what these trolls do. Reading Rainbow earlier said, come on now, Ghost. He ran the revolution off the road. Now, people, that goes back to a long time ago, right? So only people that watch the lounge and know about whatever knows about that. So it's someone from the lounge because only those people actually know about the Rev saying that and all that other stuff. So Reading Rainbow said that earlier. And I never ran Revolution off the road. I was not on that road. I was 7 miles away from him. We gonna get into that, Ghost. We gonna get into that Ghost. Torp. Torp, we gonna get into that. We gonna get into that in just a little bit, Torp. But I gotta say this. Last night on Pedro's thing, Roy was on there and Flex was getting jealous that Roy was on there, right? So Flex gets on there, Pedro lets him up. I was backstage, we're trying to get backstage, but it was full. They were talking about the pros and cons for protests and everything, right? And hold on, where'd they go? While speaking about the pros and cons about the protest, Pedro asked Flex. He said, all right, Flex, what do you got to say? The first thing Flex said, and I'm gonna count his words, people, and this is all he had to bring to the table of discussion was this: Roy, F your hot bag. Then he came in with the protest won't work. It won't. Flex said 11 words and everybody else was dropping real knowledge. when you get people up there dropping knowledge and one person, all they got is 11 words, you should not be up there speaking at all, because we're looking for information and help, and you didn't bring any of that. Now, secondly, real talk with Roy, you made a mistake, Roy, on your channel last night, Roy, and I'll let you know, Roy, and it's on your channel. You said it last night. There was someone up there you were speaking with for a long time after you did the rehash of the panel you were just on with Pedro. Good job on taking that over and doing it. But here's what you said when the guy was asking you about delivery work. You said the job I'm on now, I'm on delivery and I get paid my deliveries. You said I won't say the place where I work, but this is what you said, Roy, out of your own mouth. You said you said, yeah, I do deliveries. Pizza. I mean, and then you stopped. And then you said, I used to work for Domino's. Well, Roy, you instantly said deliver and pizza and then stopped, because chances are you were going to say Pizza Hut. And if someone was watching you speak to that guy and you were trying to go over your W-2, you said, I deliver for pizza, and you caught yourself and stopped. So now you're going to get maybe that person that did it again to try to contact that place. Like you said, you did not want to. You said you won't give up the name, but you stopped yourself mid-sentence or mid-word to finish it off. So you made a mistake there, Roy. If I were you, I would go ahead and erase that and get it on out of there. And Lisa Surly, I don't know what you were writing in my comments section. My wife said, what is this? What's she talking about? She was talking about GPS and tracking people. I don't know what you were smoking. I don't know if you were on K2. I don't know. I don't know if you were on K2 or what the hell it was on, but that's one reason why you will not be allowed to come up on my panel at all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can leave comments. I typically want to block you and hide you from my channel, but I unhid everybody and just will not let you up at all. So if you're gonna make comments, make sure you're sober when you're making the comments so we understand what they are. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Lisa, check this out. You need to get it a little bit better right. I'm all fucked up, like you said, but I'm still here and you can't even comment. Oops.
Oh, and that guy yesterday, Torp, come to find out, all the weird people that dress up like Batman and all of them, that's who he's entwined with them, who all those people are entwined with Eli. So yesterday when they came in, all those other people start watching, because I guess they thought we were going to get into some Eli stuff, but people, that's not what we do over here. If you guys want Eli content.
So they were thinking you're a Comic-Con?
Yeah. If you guys want Eli content, I don't do Eli content. I'm the official news channel of the gig world. I don't do that. I may speak about certain things, but that's about it. And Reading Rainbow says Robert Reed's hat looks like Donald Duck's beak. Okay.
The hell?
It's
What
yellow.
does that even mean? What does that even mean?
Because a duck's
all
beak.
yellow.
He says it looks like a duck's beak. But let me tell you, I'm not the duck. I'm this California brown bear. Let's go ahead and get it right. I'll chop you up.
Where's that 49ers hat?
Nah, I'm a Raider fan.
I know you're a Raider fan. I just had to test you.
Nah. My brother's a Niner fan. My brother is.
But I'm not going to take this into football or Taylor Swift shit.
Thank you.
But
thank you.
No, yeah, you all right.
I don't know.
Hey, is there any questions the people out there have for Torp, TFT, Ghost, or myself? And then secondly, does anybody on the panel have a question for me? One that you want to ask but never got a chance to.
I would like to see if the DoorDash Revolution is watching live, if he will click that link.
Well, he can click the link. He is not hidden. I unhid every person on my channel. There is not one person hidden. Nobody has to go on other accounts to go ahead and type and talk. I did away with all of that. I have to do it on everybody else's channel. I
Reese,
unhid every single person possible. I have 0 people hidden. I still can't go to people's channels. I have to go on my other account to go on. I unhid everybody. Anyone can come in, click the link. I did not hide anyone. Unhid everybody.
Reese, you hid the DoorDash revolution? Is that correct?
I hid. Yes, I hit the revolution. Here he is here. Blade Vigilante is here. So I hit the revolution because I was not able to type on his channel at all from HotFacts, and I had to go to my other account. So go ahead and type. So because it was like that for a while, I did the exact same thing, but I was like, that's petty and dumb. So I unhid every single person, every other channel that mocked me, hot trash, hot garbage, all the other weird stuff, all those trolls. I unhid every single person purposely. So if they want to troll me, they can't troll me at the same time with 8 troll accounts. They'll have to come in with one, leave, do another one, give me more views for all them troll accounts, or just stay on one. That's why I unhid them. I got to keep them in control by making them not come back like that. But if they do, they're just going to give me more views and more engagement by using all the other accounts. So I unhid everybody. I welcome them all. Let's go. And if they do want to talk crap, I'm going to do what I do with my comedy and just roast them. Plain and simple. Give them a Comedy Central roast, bring some excitement, and there you go.
Well, Reese, you have my personal number. Give me a call after this show. We have some things to talk about.
I'll give you it won't be directly after this show because we own 2.5 hours. So
you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
No,
it won't be directly after. But
at your convenience.
But he's watching here though. The eyeballs are here. He's watching here. If you got a message for him, well, no, the Blade Vigilante, here he is. So if you got a message, you got something to say, the Rev is right here with the eyeballs and Ghost. He came out and said, yes, I am the Blade Vigilante, eyeballs. So that is him. He didn't have to go on the Blade Vigilante. He's been unblocked, not unblocked, unhid. He's been unhid for a little while. And I just announced it the other day just to let everyone know. But that is him. He is here. So if you got a message for him, or actually, you talked about the running over or trying to run off the road. You said that, and Torp said, what was that about? So fill Torp in. Just fill Torp in. So Torp, he said, what the hell? So just fill him in really quick.
This is live streamed. I was accused of going down a road that I was not even on, and that my car was in the front of DoorDash Revolution. I was not even on that road. I was 7 miles away on a different order. It might have been a different car that kind of looks like mine. It was not me. I drive the speed limit. I do not go over the speed limit when I'm on my orders. Mr. DoorDash Revolution, Robert, if you think it was me, it was not, and I apologize. Not on my behalf because it wasn't me. Please, let's talk again and figure out this Memphis market. I didn't mean any harm because I did no harm. I did no harm.
Yeah, that's the latest bum. Sorry.
There you go. There you go, Ghost.
No, I was just saying that's my lady. Sorry, I don't have a man cave. Continue, Ghost. It was you were behind, and Robert Reese got jacked up, and this, that, and the other, with you driving behind. And continue, please. Well, that was me.
Yeah, so me. I didn't want to say nothing about it because that's not my business. That's not my business to say nothing about that. I was not in the vehicle. I wasn't in the vehicle. I was not there, so I don't want to give no third-party information that is not going to be correct. Ghost is up here, and Reading Rainbow actually brought this up by saying, earlier in the chat that when Ghost came up, oh, Ghost, he tried to run the revolution off the road. That's how that popped up there. And since Ghost is here, you know, he ain't been here in a while. He gets the chance to. This is the first time he actually said something publicly about it. So might as well go ahead and give him the chance. Someone brought it up. He's here. Go ahead and give him the chance, and there you go.
It's a public statement. It's a public statement. It's a public statement. I was not on that road at the time that I was accused by DoorDash Revolution. I had a text from DoorDash Revolution. You almost ran me off the road. No, sir, that is not correct. It was not me. It was not my car. And I stand 100% behind that.
Was that
And like I
revolution
said,
that was just here?
like I said, I was 7 miles away picking up an order.
I got you, man. Like you weren't there, it didn't happen. But
But I've been criticized.
No,
I've been criticized by DoorDash Revolution for doing that. And that's what caused my friendship for the last 6-7 months with Robert Reese and Torp and all the other people.
I got something for you, Ghost. I got something for you. I know this to be a fact. And before everybody jumps on the bandwagon across the spectrum, I'm not calling out anybody. I'm not trying to bring up a new point of drama. But I do have a question with what you just said.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Does the Revolution not record everything he does while he's on the road?
He does record everything on the road, so give me footage.
That's all I was saying. You read me? Now you got bars. I'm not doubting him. I'm not doubting you, but maybe if you're going to bring something like that up in a public forum, it might be a great idea knowing that you record every single mile that you drive. Maybe put a shot out and show it to where
give me footage. Give me proof. Give me footage. Give me proof. Give me footage.
Right. Give me proof. Give me footage. It's damn near a bandwagon at this point, but I'll say something else.
Yes, sir.
It's not that we don't trust you or him, but our entire plight for the last 2 years has been receipts. And I'll give Real Talk with Roy some credit for receipts. That term, what it means is show me the footage, show me the text, show me this, show me that. It's like, well, we all know that's about 10%. It's about 10%.
I have it on my phone.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Why haven't you shown that?
Because I was
Ghost hasn't been in, Torp. Ghost went in to do the W-2 and everything, and then while all that stuff was happening right there with the Ghost and Rev thing, and then when Ghost was doing his W-2, you know, he was like, shoot, I'm gonna just step away like that. So he never had a chance, and he never came back on 2 shows to try to prove, because he was doing his own thing, you know what I mean? And Reading Rainbow just brought it up right now, and there you go. So
Reese, I still have all of my receipts of the orders that I've done, because every order that I do, I screenshot. It is in my camera roll. I need an email to where I can show all my proof so I can discredit myself.
Did you say discredit or credit?
Credit.
Yeah, he means like take the, you know, because right now he got positive credit saying that he tried to run him off the road. He wants to get that credit off. You know what I'm saying? He wants to diss that credit. He wants to get off of that.
All right.
I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Okay. No, I get that, but why are we waiting?
I can kind of give a little bit of insight on that, because there was a live episode that I had when all this was going on, and the Rev did say that he has proof of it. So, you know, I'm guessing from my own opinion, this is just me thinking right here. I'm guessing Ghost is trying to see the footage so he can verify if that's him or not, but it hasn't came out yet. So now,
I
coincidentally,
want to see
Reading
the
Rainbow
footage.
brought it up right now. So
I
go
want to
figure.
see. I want to see the footage. If DoorDash Revolution is on this live, come on and show me the proof that I tried to run you off the road. If not, then leave my name out of the conclusion.
Oh, by the way, Ghost, are you the original Ghost from Flex's Lounge? Yes or no?
I've been Go 77 since I
The whole
started
time.
this.
The whole time.
Gotcha.
So Ghost has, yeah,
So
Torp.
that was a
So
yes. All right.
yes. So,
No,
but
I didn't have
he's
anywhere to
not
go. I just
from.
wanted to know.
He's not from the lounge. He would go over to the lounge, you know, because back then, like TFT, you know what I'm saying? You go over and talk and do all that stuff. And then Flex was trying to get Ghost to not come over and be on Hot Facts anymore and all that other stuff. So, you know, we don't know what Ghost sees in Hot Facts and TFT and all that other stuff. So, but Ghost is likable like everybody else. Go on the panel, go ahead and talk. Do his thing, but this is that same Ghost, the same Ghost that was up in Roy's a few days ago. This is the same Ghost.
Well, I wasn't up in Roy's. I haven't been in Roy's for a good minute, but
well, that
I am the original
somebody at
Go 77. I am the original Go 77 from Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh damn! Somebody trolling you because there was another Ghost 77 in there. It was and Roy said, "Hey, Ghost," and I was like, "Damn!" I said, "Okay."
Like you ain't never been trolled. Come on, man.
Oh
There's
yeah,
so
I've been
many
trolled by
goddamn
everybody and their mama. I've been trolled by everybody and their mama.
No, there are so many twerps out there. Let's roll. What are you saying, Ghost?
I'm saying, hear me out. I know what I did and what I didn't do. I wasn't there at the time that Revolution, a good friend of mine in this Memphis market, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. It might have been a car that looked like me, but it wasn't me. I don't want to tarnish friendships in this gig market because that's how we all make money. Because we all can talk to each other. We all can give each other insights. It wasn't fucking me. God damn it. How hard do I gotta hit my fucking steering wheel?
Pretty hard, man. Pretty hard. Yeah, there you go. I've had to do the same thing. My knuckles are all jacked up. Continue. It's a bitch.
But listen, this war between drivers has to stop. This war between what we're pushing to different drivers has to stop. Just take the fucking order and see what you'll get. God damn.
Damn, dude. There's no question. Me and him were born in the same era. That's what I do.
Just take the fucking order.
Take something that makes a little bit of sense at the wrong hours and go through the day. At 8 hours, I'll guarantee you this. In 8 hours, if the market is correct, in other words, people are actually ordering, you're going to make the same money, top dasher or cherry picker. And that's my opinion. That's my opinion. I've been through both. I'm
no cherry picker. I will take whatever is given to me. Now, there are times that I will decline an order just because I already know that, you know, if I got to drive 8 miles for $4.50, I'm not going to do that. Sorry.
I thought you said you took every order.
But no, I take almost every order. That's why I'm at 80. I'm at 86% right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I asked, you answered. There you go. Yep.
But I've been doing dash by time. California has Prop 22, which is a guaranteed, amount per hour. We have dash by time here, and I've been making probably about $10 to $18 over what they're saying. Right now, we have a dash by time for 1865 per hour here in Memphis, Tennessee.
And that's not including tips. That's just a guarantee that they're going to give you right there.
Let me
Yep,
check you. Let me check. Let me check this. Let me check this. This is relevant. Robert, Ghost. He just said 1875. He didn't say if that was with peak time or not. I just need you to say yes or no, and then I'm going to make my point. Was that peak time or no?
Right now, give me a second and I'll look.
All day, brother. All day.
We got promos. No peak time.
Okay. I am literally 4 hours away from you. I mean, by definition.
I know you are.
4 hours away. And my actual EBT is 1375. And I know
that's
what your
what they're
market
paying.
is. I go to Gatlinburg constantly, and it's very close to what yours is. And I know this to be
I'm not in
fact.
Gatlinburg, brother.
The price difference is not there unless you're doing, visitors downtown Gatlinburg. Like everything's overpriced. Gas
I'm
is the
not
same price here.
I'm not
So
in Gatlinburg, Corp.
No, I know that. You said Tennessee.
I'm in Collierville, Tennessee.
Right. That's Tennessee.
Collierville. Look up the market for that area at this moment.
What do you pay for a gallon of gas?
$2.87.
I'm at 320 here. So why are you getting 18 and I'm getting 13? We're what, at best 8 hours apart now?
Because you are in a rural town.
Is it?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, what's your town per capita?
I'm right around 1.5 million.
Well,
where do you
research Memphis, and you'll figure it out.
You live there and you can't tell me? I gotta look it up now.
Yeah. I don't know. I just moved back from North Carolina, so.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. I'm just trying to get to the point here. There's a $5 per capita between Tennessee and Kentucky, which are literally butted up together. 6 hours to 8 hours. Your call on that one. But $5? Because Mr. Robert Reese doesn't have that problem. He's at, what do you guys?
Well, check this out, Torp. The revolution with the Rev did, Torp. He actually did a video where he's showing that in the zones that they're in, they're like, he showed live that there was a zone that said 13 something, the other zone said 16, there was another zone that had like 19, and then at late night one of the zones switched to over 20 something bucks. And when it was the 13 to 16 and like the 19, those were all up at the same time in different zones. It was weird.
My biggest zone that I
cost of
work
living
in
is not $5 in 6 hours. That's what I was getting at. I'm not saying that. Ghost, let me rephrase this just a hair.
Yes, sir.
I'm not arguing with him. I'm trying to figure out what his market is doing versus mine, because it's a little upsetting that DoorDash would send $5 more just 6 hours away, doing the same fucking thing. And I've been down there, not to where he's at, but Gatlinburg, a little bit more south. It's except for the people coming in to visit.
Nashville.
It's the same fucking thing. You got Dollywood, you got Sevierville. Dude,
yes,
I know. Check this out. I'm from this area, dude. I'm 56. I've traveled more than an hour away. What I'm getting at is, for all those on the panel and all those in the comments, I'm not barking at Ghost here. I'm getting a little perturbed because I think he's being honest. It's like he's doing 18 plus, and I'm sitting over at 13 low. Our markets are not that different. Even though he said, no, dude, I'm way more south than that. Bro, until you get almost north of Florida, things don't change. Now, people could argue East Carolina, North Carolina. I get that. But
Raleigh, North Carolina, you'll make awesome money.
Yeah, what I'm getting at, though, is why this $5 difference?
$5 is $5.
No, what I'm saying is why?
Why?
Why would they do that? Are there no drivers down there who they got to promote you guys that much harder? Like, push, like, come on,
No,
please
because
drive.
there's a lot of people that are deleting the app and going back to W-2s, and it's opening up the market for everybody.
That's what I said. They're low on drivers. Yeah. Because right now in my market, I mean, there's like, I have to be very good at what I do in order to make money because it is so saturated still. And people aren't trying to sign up. They just get on. I have a $1,400 refer a friend. Fuck, I guess I could show you if you guys want to see it. It's nonstop. I get these pings fucking constantly. And yet I can't get on unless I'm a top dasher or schedule. But yet they're so desperate for drivers. And I'm trying to figure that out with $18, you know. And,
So Torp, I have a question for you. Why are you not top dasher?
I do it in the summer.
So you're only part-time.
I'm glad you said that, Torp. Wait, Ghost. I'm glad you said that because Major Deliveries was hearing Torp for saying, you know, I'm not top dasher because it don't work, but he wasn't understanding what Torp was saying. We were explaining our markets and top dasher. Torp, when summertime comes, I'll be back up next. Major Deliveries refused to bring up that Torp said that. So Major Deliveries, you just heard him say it right now. When summertime comes, there he is. So, all right.
I thought
back
he
to you,
heard
Ghost.
that. Major Deliveries missed that? Jesus Christ, man. That was like 3 of my
Yeah,
4
he
last
missed that.
videos. How do you miss
That's
that?
why he didn't want to
I'm
click the link.
long-winded.
He made a video and didn't even bring up that part.
Okay. Well, if he's not going to try, then don't worry about him. It's no big deal. Here's the thing.
Okay, I got a question.
I do top dasher in the summer because there's no other way for me to get on the app. Period. End of story. That's the only reason I do it. It's not the money. It's not anything. It's not a YouTube video. If I am not top dasher from early June right up to September, guys, I'm not dashing. I'm not. I can't get on the schedule. There is no schedule. I am fucking secluded right in the middle of this fucking wormhole of all these universities, all these colleges, and all these high schools. Everybody's driving. Everybody wants to make easy money. Everybody's out there bragging to their friends they can do DoorDash or the rest of them, but DoorDash is number one here. And I'm like, and I see it. I go to schedule 1 minute past 3 o'clock here. 1 minute past. I'm talking about 1 second. It shrivels up to 2 hours. I'm like, fuck me. So if I'm on top dash, I'm like, everybody else can fuck me too. Dash them. That's why I do it.
All right.
That's it. That's it. That's
yeah, I understand what you're saying. And I've been in the quote unquote, I guess you would say, dashing or scheduling disaster.
Yeah.
But have you tried scheduling yourself for 7 days out?
Yes, I'm only at 6 because I'm not a top dasher. You can't do 7 without being a top dasher. I know this very well. I'm not going to repeat myself to where I'm upset or to where I'm trying to say something little to you, but you asked me a question. I already knew that you can't go 7 days out without being a top dasher. You can only go 6. And you got to be on time with that 3 p.m. in my market. At 3 p.m., they put everything out there first come, first serve. Right now, I could do that almost 4 days.
So what is your AR?
Oh God, dude. Oh, gee. I guess I'll just fuck. Yeah.
No. I'm being vigilant with you. What's your AR?
No, you asked me. I'm going to ask. No, dude, that's all good. I just hope there ain't no contract violation. I didn't have him dash this the other day. If this doesn't show up, you see it in the orange. It's backwards. I know. I can see what you guys see. There we go.
I can't. It's all white screen.
Right there. There you go.
33 or 30? That's 33%.
Yeah, that's 33.
Start accepting some freaking orders. Torp.
Dude, I've done that. It's the same money. It's the same money, bro. I only do top dasher so I can dash.
You understand where I'm at and where you're at. Yeah. Start accepting those orders. Just take the damn orders.
I do in the summer.
I understand that, but take those orders, keep them up, and keep them up throughout the year. You might have not to take 2 or 3 a week when you're doing something else. But keep your orders up. Once you get above that 75 to 85% mark, you're going to start seeing a profit come in.
Dude, it was the same profit. I had 95. Did you not hear? I did that last summer. I've been doing it for 3 years. I do it every summer. I bring
Well,
it up,
I understand.
and
I
I
understand that.
keep it up. And I'm like you guys. I throw up once in a while. I literally have to open the door and pull off to the side of the road and throw up. I just delivered to the biggest douchebag ever, and I let it go because I'm a top dasher. That's what top dashers do. They fucking throw up when they realize what just hit them. It's like, but guess what? There's going to be a $75 order for 2 miles if you just wait for it.
If I can give you some insight, and this is for you also, Reese, if you keep yourself between 80 and 90%, you're going to get higher paid offers.
I get them the same offers, dude. I just told you I did it 3 years in a row. I know exactly what 95 looks like. I'm not even talking 85. It was 95 every summer for the last 3 summers. Same thing happened. I either got the bangers in the beginning and low balls at the end, or low balls in the beginning and bangers at the end, making me feel like I was all special and like this new smell that attracted people. Dude, I'm telling you, I literally did the same fucking thing for 3 years. What I know is this: you are throttled, bro.
I got a question for you. I got a question for you, Tort. Do you have
a $2,000 a week video? Do one of those. Nobody else can do it because they don't exist.
I got a question. I got a question. Do you have earned by time?
Yeah, I got $13.75. I thought I mentioned that. No.
Yeah,
Well,
Ghost. He
mine's
said
$18.75.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just went over that, Ghost. Remember the $5 difference?
I know. We're just talking. We're going back and forth with banter.
We were going back and forth, but now you keep on banging on the same question you asked me in the beginning. I asked you a question, you never answered it. Why are we $5 apart? And we're just one state apart. It's not like it's me and Robert. It's me and you.
That I do not know, and I do not have the question for that.
Yeah, but you're still trying to explain to me why keeping an 80 and plus is important when I know damn good and well in my market, it does the same thing as a low one. It just takes longer. But, dude, no, it was just a dash time. Dash now. That's all I ever got out of it. At the end of 8 hours, I was 20 to 30 bucks apart, low side, high side. They had no legitimate answer or argument to explain to me why I busted my ass on these orders I didn't want to do to get the big ones to average out. It's like, I think that's what DoorDash left out. It's an average, boss. Nobody makes 60 over somebody making 30. There's a fucking curve here.
I understand that. Nobody makes over 50 on 30.
You're not going to do better than me, and I'm not going to do better than you.
No, you might have a better day than I did.
Yeah, and that's what I found out, Ross. That's what I found out. I could do great Monday this week. Tuesday sucks. Wednesday, average. Thursday, whoa! Friday, okay. And guess what happens on fucking Saturday when I add it up?
Boom.
It's 20-30 spread over top dasher and non-dasher. It's a spread. It's like, what the fuck? I didn't make $400 like Santiago said. I sure the fuck didn't make $2,000. And I'm like, oh, I get it. Let's try it again. I'll find out for myself. And sure enough, after 3 years, I'm like, top dasher, super convenient, man. App glitches, you're back on. No big deal. You forget the schedule? What schedule? All good. It's like, this is nice. This is real freedom.
I understand.
Like, that was cool as shit. And I do dig that. But that's where they got us by the balls. It's like they're not saying, hey, man, top dasher means better orders, 50% and above. You hit 70, they get even better. I'm like, yeah, I still know what diamond program actually means. It means $3 for 1 mile. That's a high pay. All grown-ups laugh at that. And I'll tell you why. It's like, dude, you're going to pay me $3 to do what? I'm not doing $3 for anything. Pay me like a man. Pay me. How about this? How about I tell you $6.25 for 2 miles, no traffic, early in the morning, everybody's at work. How about that? How about I outsmart you by just being a realistic human being and not trying to sell you something. If you got to sell somebody something, it needs to be sold. They wouldn't have asked you. They'd have just came and bought it. Man, we're not stupid. None of us are stupid.
Oh no, I understand that. I understand that, brother.
Yeah, none of us are stupid. Not you, not me, not any of us. It's like,
No.
dude, if it makes sense, it makes
Dude,
sense.
I
But you gotta
I
bend.
know where to
bend.
fucking go. I know where to fucking go. I know where to park. I know what time I need to be at certain places. And I have been off this app for 8 months and I'm back on it now. And I am getting my repeat customers.
Exactly.
So,
I do that too, boss. And check this out to add to what you just said. It is so damn true, man. At the end of the day, all dashers, all gig drivers, we get paid the most due to experience. DoorDash and all the gig apps do not benefit us when we do good. We benefit ourselves when we do good. That's independent contracting. Real talk with Roy, by the way. Anyway.
it's called being grateful with the manager of the restaurant, being grateful with the employees of the restaurant, and showing respect. And then with being respectful with the employees. Hot facts, I want to know what you think about that.
About you coming back, getting your repeat customers and everything?
Yes.
Well, the reason for that is because you're back on the app, and because you're back on the app, those customers don't have the ability to give you a bad rating when you're not on the app. So when you come back and you're in that area and you happen to be the delivery driver that's around, and like it'll start off with you know, there's not a driver around and you just coming back. So bam, you're in there. Okay, this person, let's give it the ghost. We already know it's matched up right. So as long as you got that going on, you know, and then based upon what your market is now and how the drivers are moving around, if drivers have moved out the area, then you go come back in and take over. You go get all your clientele back. And then if you are doing it back full time, you go be out there all day. So you just go get them all back. That's what they're supposed to do. You know, not erase your history with the client, you know, keep that history there because it was a positive history.
Well, positive history gets you repeat customers.
Correct.
Positive history gets you repeat people.
Let me ask you a question, though, boss.
Yes, sir.
After what you just said, what Robert just said, I promise you this. I remember doing Top Dasher like it was my job, and I say that figuratively.
Yes.
I'm not having a real talk with Roy discussion. It did feel like a job when I was doing Top Dasher because I knew I had to keep that shit up, and I knew my math ain't that bad. It's not that bad on this ad. No, it's not that bad. I'm like 72. I'm right, 72. I'm 69. Okay. I gotta give some charity out here. I remember that. I remember it like it was yesterday because it's gonna be tomorrow. Not well, figuratively speaking, but I'm coming up on it. Yeah. I remember thinking to myself, a regular customer that you make while you're a Top Dasher, and you know that DoorDash, this is where DoorDash Revolution was the first one to talk about it, by the way. I'm not saying take a side. I'm saying the man talked about, first one I ever heard did, to where you get repeat customers, like you just said. And I'm like, I ain't seen it. And then all of a sudden I started seeing it. I was like, I keep on going back to the same places. But it dawned on me, it's like, this isn't always a good thing. It's not always a good thing. And they only count one rating for every 90 days from the same customer. Like, what the fuck? Wait a minute. I did all those fucking $1. What was that? Fucking $3, 6 miles. You know the bullshit. I'm like,
yeah,
I did that, and now I'm going back. I did that to be a Top Dasher. Show me the fucking money. I don't care if they like me. Not that much. I do to a point. My job is to pick it up correctly as I fucking can. If I can. Seal bags, you guys know all the drill. I'm not going to sell you a Pedro story. What I'm saying is we know the drill and we do it really fucking good. We do. We do it good.
I understand. I understand what you're.
If we got to keep repeating that process because we did good at something that sucked. That's where I got fucked up. I'm like, show me the fucking LOPs again. I mean, come on.
Torp. I understand what you were saying. Okay. I understand. We're in different markets. You're in a smaller town than I'm in a bigger town. So it's a different market. Okay.
I'm right next to downtown Cincinnati.
Yeah, I know.
That's not a smaller market. You're actually smaller than I am, and Louisville is bigger than you are.
Well, then
I bet you didn't see that coming.
Well, and that's fine.
I'm a geographical oddity.
Oh, don't get me going. Don't get me going.
Torp. Let me ask you this, Torp. Let me ask you this. Major deliveries. I want to get your reaction to this. He said that, when I was on my live and, we got all those double-digit orders in a row. He was saying one live doesn't prove anything, but he don't know that that's all we've been doing my whole existence here. But he said that there is no proof that a higher acceptance rate counts. That's what he said. He said there's no proof that it does count, and there's no proof that it doesn't count. Now, I want to get your I want to get your opinion on that. And secondly, I want to get your opinion on this part here also. And then Ghost, after Torp does it, you go ahead and hop on in. Part 2 of this is, why is it that a driver can, and they're sending mixed signals to other drivers who are new. Why is it that someone can believe that the app says that you can accept and decline any order you want to? They will believe that you can sign on and the order you take, you're going to get paid for it. They'll accept the fact that if the restaurant is closed, you take a picture and then you'll still get paid. They understand that if you can't come in contact with the customer, you can't find them. It says call customer support. You'll get paid, get your money for that delivery. Then when it says that you will get orders prioritized by having over 70%, why is it that that's not true, but everything else is? So we got those two things.
All right, man. But check this out. You do realize that I'm a YouTuber. My ADD is pretty severe. I wish you would have asked that. I got 2 questions. First one goes like this and then go, because that was a lot. And I like them both, but I forgot.
Well, all right. I'll make it shorter. The first one, hold on, what's this card doing right here? The first one is major delivery saying that there's no proof that acceptance rate works and there's no proof that it doesn't work. That's the first one.
Gotcha. All right. Well, easy. I think I just explained that in this line. I've done both. 3 years. I've done both. I know some people here during the COVID, and I get that. And that really sucks. I was telling my wife about that. So I'm glad I wasn't, because those guys were making hard money. I mean, like $40 an hour without breaking a sweat. I can't relate to it. But those guys are bitching about saying DoorDash ain't the same. It's not the same. You can't make a living off this no more. It's like, what kind of living were you talking about? Never got that point with anybody. They just continuously complain about it. So it dawned on me, AR matters. All right, let's go with that. And then I found Pedro. No tip, no trip. So then I guess AR doesn't matter, because if no tip, no trip, that means your AR is going to look like mine. If you're at 80, it's going to look like mine within a few days, probably 3. And I'm like, so what do you do? What the fuck do you do? I said, here's what you do. You get in your market and you be the big dog. You drive your car, you put some gas in it, you know your shit. Find out for yourself, then you can get on YouTube and talk about it. But don't forget to mention, this is my market. This ain't got shit to do with him, the other guy at the comments. This is my market. And I just learned something at that point. I was like, all these markets are fucking different, ain't they? How in the fuck are we arguing about shit? It's so goddamn different from my fucking county to the next. Guys laugh at me. They're like, nah, dude, I do paid per, what the fuck is that called? 2BH, whatever the fuck it is. When you get paid per time, pay per time. And I'm like, these guys actually fucking stand by it, because they do it in the middle of the night. when they're waiting in these long drive-throughs. I'm like, you know what, dude? Though you're flirting with a fucking contract violation or getting deactivated because of suspicious activity. You're looking at 30 minutes for a fucking order just to pick the bitch up. I don't know if I want to do that with this algorithm. That's all I said to him. I said, you're wrong. I was like, think about the algorithm. How many glitches have you seen? How many things have gone wrong? How many people are bitching and arguing? How many times did DoorDash prove us all wrong and then prove some motherfuckers right? It's like nobody can get on the same page. You're really going to believe that they ain't going to find you suspicious when you're on earn by time and you sit in a drive-thru for 30 fucking minutes. The next order only took you 5. Same distance, same area of pickup. I don't trust DoorDash's algorithm like that. I just don't. So that's my AR. I do it. I've seen in my market. My market. My market doesn't apply to a fucker on this planet. It simply dictates to me. You want to dash now? Get the AR up, keep it up. You got to do some bullshit. Sometimes you're going to get a banger. And then you look at the end of the week and you're like, dude, I went from 650 to 725. That is not a life-changing moment for me. And I had to take some bullshit and do some things in my car I didn't want to do to make some motherfucker happy that didn't want to tip me. Shit hits you, man. It's a human being saying it right there. It hits you. It's like, what the fuck? Am I arguing on YouTube for a video? Or am I out here to actually fucking make shit make sense for me? So at the end of the day, the AR, no. Except for Dash, anytime it makes no sense to me. It's a ploy in my mind. And it slapped me around too much. And guess what, guys? I got to fucking do it again in exactly 35 fucking days. I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is. You'll hear me.
All right, now
I will. Yeah, I will.
Now let's get to part 2. Let's get to part 2 of that now. Why is it that a driver will say that, they will agree and believe and understand that you can accept and decline every order whenever you want? That's one of their main top topics of going over. They also say that they believe that, like the app says, when you take an order, you're going to get paid what it says, okay, or you can get paid more depending. They understand and they agree that if the restaurant's closed, you can take a picture and still get paid for doing your job. Then they understand that if they can't locate the customer or the customer's not there, wrong address, they can get paid. What they don't believe is that when they tell you that having 70% will get you a better chance of getting orders, why is it that they don't believe that, but they believe all the other 5?
Can I interject?
By all means.
So 90% of the new dashers that are out there are kids. Don't have anything to do. They're off school. I know we know we still have school going on, but might be out of college and looking for a fast payday. Okay. So they're not going to give the respect to the customer. They're not going to give respect to the restaurant. They're not going to give respect to the people that serve them the food so they can take it away. But they don't give respect to the customer. And Torp, I understand what you're saying. And yes, me and you are in a different market. I can get bigger orders and a lot more bigger orders than you can because of your market area. It's all on the market. And people don't understand that. The ones that are brand new is the ones that are actually killing this market.
Damn.
All right,
Damn.
now go to phase 2. Now get on number
Damn.
2. Get on part 2. Get on part 2, yup. Why is it that the drivers? Why is it that the drivers believe all 5 of those things to get their money, but they don't believe that 70% will get what they say? So why is that they and check this out. When you go look at the DoorDash, the way you get paid, these are on the exact same page. So they believe 3/4 of the page, except for the last paragraph. So What's up with that? They'll believe they can, get paid when they do an order. Okay, decline whenever they want. Call customer support if you can't get in contact with the customer. Wrong address, you'll get paid. Take a picture of the place if it's closed, you'll get paid. They believe all of that stuff, but when that same app says if you have a rating at this percentage here, they say that's complete bullshit. And when they had Tony Shu on there with the rideshare guy, why was that question not asked to the CEO of the company? I would like to know why that question was not asked and why drivers say that it's not true, but everything else is. So let's start that with Torque.
I thought you were asking Ghost.
Well, I asked you first, and then Ghost interjected, so it was still on you first.
It's called market manipulation.
Don't correct him. I hate being corrected.
I'm sorry.
No.
No, I'm tired.
I don't like that.
I drove 18 hours yesterday, so
don't be sorry, man. I hate it when people do that to me. Like I'm perfect.
Market manipulation.
We know what you meant. We know what you meant. I just didn't want anybody else to say anything.
And thank you.
Give the guy a fuck. Jesus Christ, man. Come on.
Market manipulation. Shit, I can't even say it straight.
You already got it right. You're good, man. Don't even worry.
Yeah, you good,
What was after that? What was after that, man?
But that's what it is. It's the market. These people and these customers that hire DoorDash for these restaurants want to make a profit, okay? So they're going to pay a profit to the customers that come out and deliver their food. And it's probably about 25% of what the actual food is worth, but they have to make up that extra mark, so they're going to rise their prices for inflation.
No, I get that. No, I'm talking about the 70% percentage rate. Why don't the drivers believe that 70% will get you what the app says? They don't believe that. They don't believe that at all.
There's no 70%.
No, Reese, what drivers? My question to you is, what drivers don't believe it?
Oh, that pretty much all the drivers that say acceptance rate don't matter and 70% don't matter. They say that the gig app DoorDash specifically is lying about them putting in their written bylaws that 70% is not true. They're lying to the people, but these same people will say that's not true. We don't believe it, but they'll believe all the ways they can get paid. The app didn't lie about how they can get paid, but the app is lying about the percentage of orders you need to take to get these orders.
All right,
I'm at 80%.
I'm going to answer you a second question real quick before Ghost does, because I think mine is finally I got to say this before I forget it. That 70% AR, man, for new drivers is something else, because if they just read the fine print, they would see that 0% acceptance rate is acceptable. It's not grounds for deactivation. It's in the bylaws, for fuck's sake. It's there. It doesn't matter what your acceptance rate is. You're not getting deactivated for turning down every order that scares you or doesn't make sense. Some of them scare me, to be honest with you. They do. Now, with that said, if you keep your acceptance rate up, they say that you will get the better orders, the higher priority. 50 is good. 70 is better. Then it turns green at 80. You think you're a god. You think you're some kind of special person on this app. What they fail to tell you is that nobody knows who's going to order what at any given fucking time. You can't say because you got a 95% acceptance rate and it's Wednesday morning, when that $80 banger comes in for 2 miles, you get it. What if it doesn't get ordered? I'm done.
All right. So with that being said, do you believe the gig apps who, like DoorDash, they put that in as this is a percentage? Do you think they did that as telling the truth, or do you think they just put that in there just to fill in a blank piece of paper.
It's a gamble. And they're doing it legally. It's a gamble.
Okay.
You can say, anybody can say anything about the DoorDash app and make it make sense or make it bad. One thing is a fact. You do get paid. They have a lot of literature. They have a lot of different lingo, a lot of different colors, a lot of different numbers, a lot of different metrics, a lot of things that we wish we understood, and we just don't. None of that matters on top of, is anybody ordering? And if they are, is it all bad today? Is it all good today? You judge yourself. I'm only getting the shit orders because my AR is too low. Well, you don't know that for a fact. How about maybe everybody's just not tipping today? It's a possibility, no. It's not a fact, but it's definitely a possibility. So how can you go by AR and say, this is a way better way to do it, other than Dash Anytime, and mean it? Because you're going to say, I had a great week. You're going to tell me you didn't have a bad week? With that high AR, you didn't have at least a few bad days? And you're going to tell me, oh, it's all washed away by the good ones. What's your average? There's a fucking cap here. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, there's a fucking cap here. Only once in a while. And I mean once in a while, do you see those videos that pop up, and we still can't prove them? $2,000 in 1 week. Here's how to do it. Right away, we know it's bullshit. What I really want to know is what that guy really made. But that's what I really want to know. And that's what kind of bugs me. I'm sorry. I'm done.
Oh, no, you're all right. You're all right. Wait, Ghost, because you got a question too. I'm going to let you get that in, but let me read this question for you also. Cruising Dasher asks, he says, Ghost, I have a question. How many DoorDash drivers would you trust with the $200 order, percentage-wise?
Say that again one more time. You kind of broke up.
Okay. Can you read that? I got a stretch and yawn.
He wrote, Ghost, I have a question. How many DoorDash drivers would you trust with a $200 order?
I don't think I've ever seen a $200 order here in my market. And I want to go off of what Torp was just talking about. Yes, it all depends on our market. It all depends on where we go. It all depends on how we know our capital of the income of the houses that we're in the area that we deliver to. And I know you understand that, but my market is different than your market. And yes, I will make more per day, give or take. We do not know what we're going to make. I don't know. Just say I picked up a $28 order or a $150 order. I don't know what I'm going to make. I don't know. All I know is miles, and that's it. I don't know what the tip's going to be. We cannot predict our temp. We cannot predict anything that is going to given to us on the backside. We cannot predict that we will get a cash tip. But I know in my markets that the fact that I have a higher AR rating, I will get better tips and better orders, not because of me.
If they exist.
Not because of me.
No, because if they exist,
because of my AR.
I'm interrupting. I get that, but what he's saying, I
No,
just
you're
have to
good.
elaborate on it. You're going to get them if they're available. You'll
But
get them
your
first.
higher, your
You'll get 'em
higher,
first.
your higher AR is going to get you those orders first.
I just said that, boss. I just said that. If you're a top
I know.
dasher with a high AR, and one does pop up, and it does, they do.
Yeah.
You're going to be right there.
I'm not going to
in front
trust
of the
every
fucking
driver,
line.
though.
You're
I'm
going to
not
be
going to
right
trust
there in
every
front of the line.
driver with
I agree with that.
I'm not going
That's
to trust
100%
every
facts.
driver to take a $200 order. You know, that question that's up there, 200 in my opinion, a $200 order, I'm not going to give that order to someone that has like a 10% acceptance rate. They're at the like completion rate now. Let's say what's the cutoff for completion rate? What's the I never venture that far. What's the cutoff for completion rate?
What do you mean?
Before something happens, the lowest completion rate you can have before something
The
bad happens
completion
to you.
rate is now at 90.
Okay, 90%. All right.
It was 80,
All right.
now it's 90. Yeah.
All right. So therefore, I'm not gonna give a $200 order to someone that has like a 20% acceptance rate, and then they have a drop rate of 10%. So they're at 90 there. That means that you take that 20-some percent with that 10% off of what they are pretty much not doing no work for the company. I'm not, or even trying to make money for themselves. I'm not going to give that to someone like that. It'll only go to that person if there's no drivers around. Everyone's busy doing their stuff. They're on a stacked order. They're not signed into the app. Then if that other driver just happens to be in the area, you give it to them. That's what I think, that's what will happen in my opinion. But I think that does happen, which is why we still hear people saying, I have an 8% acceptance rate, and look, I still got this large order. Well, it don't happen every single time or often. That's why the one time it comes, you brag about it and then say, even with my acceptance rate. You know what I mean? So I don't want to, I'm not going to give someone, I'm not going to give someone who has even a 30%, 40%. Heck no. With a $200 order, they got $200 of sashimi. They got unagi. They got some octopus in there. They got some real good sushi in there. They got it. I'm not going to give that to the dude who looked like Bud Soda. I'm not about to get after the dude that looked like Bud Soda with those rates. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that, Torp. I'm not doing that. So,
look,
I believe
I just signed back into the dash because I've been on this live, and I am getting $18.50 earned by time, and I will probably get about $50-$60 per order, or for the two orders that I take.
I'm right around what would you say, 6 hours from you, Ghost?
Yeah,
about 6 hours. I upped it about 2 hours. I think that's reasonable. I'm going to show you my earn by time real quick. Just so that we're not having weird.
No, you're good, brother.
I know when it's coming in focus. Ain't nobody got to talk. I can see it too. I'll show you when it comes in. There it is.
Oh, there you go.
Look.
Right, sir. Lisa says, nice, Emilia, kicking butt out there, laughing out loud. Well, right, sir. Lisa, let me go ahead and tell you this. Do you know how crazy it would be? Wait. Do you know how crazy it would be, right, Sarah Lisa, if how I do my work with my acceptance rate and everything else? Could you imagine my wife being a complete opposite, no tip, no trip, 5% acceptance rate? That would not work at all. That would be crazy. So, it is. First she want to start off like that. It didn't last that long though. She made the right decision. Go ahead, go.
I'll tell you that much. I don't do earn by time. Go ahead.
No, you're good. If I've got an extra room, if you want to come down here and experience the Memphis market, you're more than welcome.
Dude, you just made my list of people I give a fuck about.
Why?
Because of that.
Dude, I've got a house and I got a room. You want to come down here and try the market out?
My wife would love to meet you.
Well, I don't want to meet your wife. I'd like to have formal conversation with you first.
Dude, I said meet, like a handshake. Dude, calm down, man.
God damn it!
No, hey, you know what, Ghost, you know what? I'm on my other StreamYard. I would have had the applause and everything on that. I want to say this. you get the award of the day for keeping it the most real. Because here on Hot Facts is the truth behind what you stand for. He was like, hold up, wife. Nah, I was talking about talking to you first, Tor. Formally, then after, maybe you can bring your wife. Ghost want to go
Look,
hunting and stuff too.
I ain't no home wrecker. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I've already been through that 20 years. I don't want it no more.
Yeah, fuck y'all for making me laugh. Man, that's bullshit.
That was Ghost right there. You heard his reaction. I think I'm gonna make that.
I've already been there 20 years. I don't want that no more.
I'm gonna go back to 3 hours and 33 minutes of this video timestamp when I go ahead and make that into a short. I'm gonna take that whole thing right there and I'm gonna make that part into a short right there because that was hilarious. People, that's how you get content. Talk about your live show and your gig work, talk about man stuff, and I'm gonna talk, and it's gonna be titled nothing about gig. It's gonna be titled stuff about men, like what men really think. It's gonna be titled "What Men Really Think," and that's gonna be the short. People, get your content and make it work. Thank you for that, Ghost. And that wasn't even scripted. That was off the cuff. Go ahead, boy.
Yeah, it was.
Well, it wasn't scripted or anything on that, but that's how I deal as a man.
Good to meet you, Ghost.
He said, I want to meet you. He said, I don't want to meet your wife. I said, damn.
Good to meet you, Ghost.
Yes, sir.
All right. Tear it up, Robert. Do your thing.
He caught me off guard with that one. My wife's sitting here like she trying not to bust. She busting up, but trying not to. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here rolling. Because like she's a woman, right? So to hear that like from this is man talk. Be like, man, what? Like Ghost was like, what are you talking about? Like, did you not hear what I said?
That was
You're gonna get a lot of clicks off that last third of the video, man.
Oh yeah. That's a good one.
This is straight up man. This is straight
glad
up
to have
man.
you back, Ghost. Glad to have you back, Ghost. Glad to have you back, man.
Yes, sir. But this is straight up man. And yes, I will talk about my experience. I was married to my high school sweetheart, and I was married for 21 plus years. And she went off on the deep end and left me with my son, my daughter. My son was 16 at the time. My daughter was 13 at the time. And I have successfully placed my son and daughter into working, areas. My daughter, I just moved her back up to St. Louis, and I hate it because she's not with me.
Hey, Daddy, you dad, man.
So it's kind of hard.
Damn, it's
all right.
Real.
It's all right. It's all right, Ghost.
No,
it's all right, Ghost.
It's real. Tear
it's all right, Ghost.
Hey, man.
It's all right, man. You know what? Sometimes you gotta let it go. Sometimes you gotta get it out. It's all good, man. It's all good.
Here's what if I'm gonna be a part of these gentlemen keeping it real, then I'm proud to be here. You guys know what I do, but I'm with some real keeping it real. I like that, man. I mean, feel bad for you there, Ghost. I mean that for real, dude. I know
yes,
some
sir.
things about but know this. As shallow as things are on YouTube, they are shallow as hell. Know this. I felt you on that one, man. I got a little heart pump on you there.
You all right, Ghost? You all right, Ghost? You all right, Ghost? Hey,
God forbid somebody shows the heart, man. That's a bad thing, right?
Hey, if you guys out there, give a thumbs up for Ghost. Do the emoji thing, do it in the live, do it. Just give Ghost a thumbs up. Hey, when you hear a dude go over that and then say successfully, what ages the kids were and everything, successfully place them in, people, you got to give a thumbs up for that because us men get bad raps a lot. So, give a thumbs up for that. Ain't no hater rating here on that one. Good job, Ghost.
Yeah.
Good job, Ghost.
Thanks for sharing, Ghost.
It hurts that I had to leave my daughter, St. Louis.
Hey,
But
Ghost, but
it's
look.
for the it's for the better for her.
Hey, when you make that trip back up there, you go get there faster. It's all good. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I'll break every speed limit going up there.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah,
Ghost,
you all good.
You know what you do, Ghost, when you get in these situations, man?
And you can call me Aaron.
Aaron. All right, Aaron. But I'm bad with names. Know this,
No, you're
though.
good.
Know this, though. I would never ask you to take my advice, not in a million years, because that's just bad business, in my opinion, with people you don't know. But I will say this. As I've met you tonight and what you spoke of, anybody that's willing to share that and put that out there like that, they got to realize that Hot Facts with Robert Reese has some good friends. You're definitely one of them. Obviously, a really close one, or getting to be. And I will say that that's a rarity on this website, dude. I'm not sure if we just started something new on this panel with this subject, but I will say this. Ain't nobody on YouTube without having an agenda, but I'm not used to yours. It was very real, sincere, and I'm not going to speak for everybody, but I think I could do it freely. Man, dude, that was it took me back a little bit with my daughter and stuff, and I just want to say, at the end of the day, dude, we all appreciate what you did right there.
Torp, I'm trying. It was hard.
And with that note, people, you know what? This is the perfect time. I'm gonna let that whole moment be the final words, y'all. We out of here like Chuck Woolery, and 2 and 2. Take care, y'all. See y'all later.